everyone. Welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This is episode 13 of our Mothership Sci-Fi Horror RPG run-through of the module Gradient Descent. My name is John. I am the warden for the evening, and tonight we have a full house.
Oh, is that me?
Headed up by...
That means go. Well, usually you're like, and playing tonight we have or something like that. Well,
we're new to this.
Welcome to Masterpiece Theater. I am Mike, and I'm playing Rick Sharp, the Marine.
Hi, I'm David, playing David, the android.
I'm Matt. Hello, everybody. And I play Thulsa, the scientist.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ted, and tonight I will be reprising my role as Delphon's Hubble, Marine.
Nice. Okay, so cool. Yeah, we have a full house. Some logistics to get out of the way. Tonight, the caller for the party will be Matt, just so you're aware. And it is, let's see, a couple of things. Actually, before we even start the game, this is going to be coming out on Tuesday, so we just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who signed up to either become a Conqueror on our Patreon or upgraded from lower tiers to upgrade to a Conqueror to get their free t-shirt. And I'm sure everything went swimmingly when I did all this in the past.
In the future.
So I'm sure everything's working just fine. But we want to give a big shout out to everyone who joined during this promo. We really do appreciate it. All the additional support really does help keep us going. So thanks so much, everybody, for joining the Patreon. Okay, back to Mothership. It is it is the 12th now of January in 2125. We have skipped ahead 10 days. It's approximately about 11 o'clock a.m. I'm just calling that arbitrarily based upon, we didn't really discuss it last episode, but the spacewalk, assuming you started around like 8 o'clock a.m., I'm considering like the spacewalk and then fucking around the A.C.L.E.R as putting us at about 11 a.m. After you did shore leave back on the Bell, you enlisted Ghost Eater to help you spacewalk from the Bell to the A.C.L.E.R, which is the Artifact Comprehension Labs experimentation room, which is cordoned off from every other access point within the deep. It can only be accessed from space, as far as you know, but it is on the level 4 Hell, the Human Immolation Labs level. So that spacewalk took about 2 hours. It's a slow, agonizing sort of process, you know, as you have to be very, very careful to spacewalk. And right now you are currently inside the actual A.C.L.E.R, which is a industrial scale room. You are inside one of what we've sort of deemed like the Q pods, right? The large sort of storage compartments where people can put unknown artifacts or equipment and put them in the queue to be analyzed by the machinery. And you're relatively isolated there, and you're trying to decide what to do with your own artifacts and what to do with the artifact that is currently being worked on in the center of this giant room, which appears to be a painting in a gilt frame, although you have yet to actually see the painting because it was not facing you when you entered in from the airlock. One very important retcon that I explained to these guys, but I want to make sure that the audience is aware of as well. I made a mistake when I had Monarch interject over the comms when you were talking to Caius, the diver that was getting his artifact analyzed. Was that Monarch glibly told you that it had sent the troubleshooter team to come find you. That is not the case. Monarch has no control over the troubleshooters. It is not an authority over the troubleshooters. The troubleshooters are they're like Marines that are under the authority of the Navy, which is run by the Blockade, which is ultimately answerable to Thelema Industries. So in the long run, the troubleshooters answer to Thelema. They do not answer to Monarch. The key thing with the troubleshooters, however, is that their orders are to sweep the deep and to ensure that no infiltrator androids leave the deep. Right? You've for other reasons, you've already kind of encountered the reasons for why this could be very, very bad thing with Dixon 2. So the problem is that you've also since discovered infiltrators are indistinguishable from regular humans. The troubleshooters know this, but they don't care. So with their mission to get rid of all infiltrators, to neutralize all infiltrators, keep them from leaving the deep. They basically will shoot anything that looks human, right? So the ironic thing about that is like the less human you look, like the Forgotten or the Chosen or the security androids or any of the, the ones that look are obviously android, is that the troubleshooters will are unlikely to harm them because it's pretty obvious that they are not infiltrators. All right. So that's the deal.
Okay.
But you do know for a fact, because on the 2 episodes ago, you did see a troubleshooter ship actually alight on the reception and habitation. So you know that there is at least 10 days ago, there was a troubleshooter team active. But that was 10 days ago. So who knows what's going on now? Okay. Yeah, Mike.
It's a long time. Yeah.
John, can I ask a question? Did we see the ship land, dispatch its Marines, and then take off again, or was the ship waiting for them?
It was not waiting for them. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Yes, it was. But you didn't actually see the men disembark from the ship just because it was sort of out of your view. But you did see it approach the top of the deep, the reception and habitation.
Before we left for the spacewalk, was that ship still there?
Yes. Well,
I guess we'd see it, right?
You don't know, because the ship went onto the dock, like the disembarking dock up at the top. So just visually, you didn't have a bead on it, right? Because you guys the bell's down at the bottom near the deep, and so is the A.C.L.E.R. So you just didn't have a viewpoint on it.
Okay.
Might be here.
Not verified. Okay. Last thing before we sort of dive into the actual play of it is another retcon real quick. Mike, everyone agreed on air, actually, that you should be given a fair shake with shore leave. So you don't have to actually take shore leave if you don't want to. You could have just spent the time but not actually taken advantage of shore leave. Do you want to do that?
I definitely want to take shore leave.
Okay.
I will use my jury rig skill to make sure that Ted's Marines gym doesn't suck and isn't going to hurt somebody.
Thank you, man.
Okay, so my point of asking you is that there is a chance that you gain stress or something like that, like if you fail your roll and all that kind of stuff. So you could just say, but you want to do it anyways?
Yeah, I want to do it.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
All right, cool. So you're going to make a sanity save, please.
Ooh, that's not my strong point. Do I get any kind of advantage on it for coming up with a project, like to help?
No.
Delbert?
The advantage thing comes into play with stress relief, not for short leave.
Delbert?
What's your name again? Delbert, right?
Delbert will work.
I think Delbert is better.
It's double.
Yeah. John, I missed it by 2. I got a 27 when I needed a 25.
Okay. So you're not going to be able to convert any stress to upping your saves, but you do reset your stress to the minimum, but then you gain 1 stress for failing the sanity save. So you're going to be at 4 stress, but you were pretty low anyways.
Yeah, I was already pretty low.
So you actually lose 1 stress because you were at 5.
I was at 8. I thought maybe I miscalculated it. Do I get my health back though? Because I was at 10 of 17. Or did I get that back already? I don't know.
Health after 10 days, I think that's probably gonna be healed. Yeah.
Okay.
Where is it here? Short-term recovery, long-term recovery, or less. After 6+ hours of respective.
10 days.
10 days, though. Yeah, I'm not even bothered with the body save. Yeah. You'll be able to
and does anything happen to my bend score?
Yes. It does.
We did do some stuff there.
That's a good point. Thank you for reminding me. Let me just double check what that is.
Pick up all of our bends that we got rid of.
Right. So you're going to roll 1d5, Mike.
D5. Okay. So I'll just pull a 10-sided and divide it by 2. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4.
4. Okay. So you're going to reduce your bends by
4.
Yep. You're going to reduce your bends by 4. So you're going to be down to 19.
Okay.
Jeez.
And you don't have any wounds, right?
No, I didn't have any wounds.
Okay, cool. So last thing is just, did you want to purchase anything at 10 times the price?
Well, these guys bought me some mag boots, apparently, right?
Yep, you got the mag boots already.
Appreciate that. I think I'm actually okay. I already had lockpicks. I know Matt bought some and a med kit, and Guys, did we get rid of the weird gold statue?
You
still have it.
The
Yeah.
golden
All
rat.
right. Ted, you want to write that down as being in our stash, and I'm going to get rid of it off my character.
I don't have a stash log, but I'll start one.
Okay.
You're also free to take. I assumed we might want to do some mixing and matching of things we got as party items. I'm happy to give you the flare gun since you're going to shoot it a lot more accurately than I will, Mike. If you want to be involved in recon flare type stuff, it's up to you.
Well,
You don't have
sure,
to.
yeah.
I don't care either way. I'm just trying to distribute some goods.
Fine. I'll write that down on my character sheet. John, one thing I was going to ask is we've always been saying that I had a flashlight because of I have camping gear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there a way to mount a flashlight onto your shotgun?
Yeah, but I will say this first of all: the camping gear doesn't include a flashlight because flashlight is a separate item on the equipment list.
Okay.
Right. So you would have to buy a flashlight first of all.
And then I would like to buy a flashlight and a mount that will fit it onto like the underside of my shotgun, kind of thing.
Zip ties, man.
That's true, but I want it to not be so ghetto there.
Hey, whoa! You're a Marine. You make do. You figure it out. You don't.
Let's say this
Air Force.
Let's say this, Sharp. Let's say this. You could spend extra money to just mount it, but it would be expensive relatively. I would say like normally, I would say it would be like 500 creds. So first of all, the flashlight's going to be 300 creds.
Okay.
If you want it, then it would be 500 to mount it, to get it mounted professionally. However, you do have jury rig, right?
I do.
So I would say that you could either use jury rig, or I assume because you're a Marine, you also have military training.
Yeah.
I would allow you to use whatever one of those is higher to make a roll, and then you could do it yourself and not cost anything. But if you fail, obviously there would be, stress or whatever.
Sure, I'll make that roll. That's cool.
And Thulsa also has jury rigging and mechanical repair. She could help to try to give him some kind of like bonus if that's possible.
Sure, you could do it at advantage with Thulsa's help.
I assume that's going to be an intellect roll, John, regardless.
Yes, intellect, and then tell me which one you're going to use.
Well, I mean, they're basically the same thing. So let's just do intellect and jury rigging, and then I have a 50, and I have it at advantage.
Correct.
Okay. First one is a 74. Second one is a 10.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Right. So you figure it out with Thulsa's help, and you have it's not the prettiest looking thing, but it's solid as a rock. It's basically the equivalent. So you have a flashlight mounted on your shotgun. And as far as inventory goes, we already know this, but just so we're all on the same page, stash is something that's on the bell only.
Yeah.
So anything that you say put on the stash, that means you do not have access to it while you're exploring the deep. Okay, just so everyone's aware.
And it was a rat statue, right? A golden rat.
Yeah, it was a
Down in the
golden
cafeteria.
rat that people were lighting like incense to, or cigarettes or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
And then now that Sharp comes out of the NPC cloud and is with you guys in the A.C.L.E.R, Sharp, just so you're aware, the moment that you entered through the airlock after Ghost Eater left you, you feel an overwhelming sense of comfort and belonging the moment you step through that airlock. You're very happy to be back on the deep. You just didn't. Never felt that comfortable. Like those 10 days, while allowing you to reduce stress, were kind of painful, and you just kept on having bad dreams, like that were filled with yearning and longing. Is like the impression that you got after you woke up from those dreams. Right. And you always associated it with, and you couldn't really quite figure out why, but the moment that you sort of put on your spacesuit to start to spacewalk towards the deep, you understood exactly why. All right.
Nice.
Okay. Now, Ben's check, speaking of all that kind of good stuff, for everybody to start off the session, David, the android, gets advantage on this roll. Can anyone tell me why? Can anyone tell me, students, why David gets advantage on this roll?
Because he's a soulless machine.
He hasn't gotten it before.
Oh, someone else is going to be dying outside of a locker. Go ahead, John. Sorry.
Well, he had a critical success last time, but you already gave him the benefit for that. Is it because he's a soulless machine? Was it?
Nope. It's because he paid his due respects at the Garden of Utnapishtim. And remember I said how it sort of centered his chakras, aligned him. Yeah.
And after that, I welded the door so you scum-sucking motherfuckers can't ever do the same.
Yeah, making the propitiation at the shrines actually allowed him to sort of his sense of self became a little bit more resolute. Okay, so everyone make Ben's check, rolling a D100. David gets to roll it with advantage. You're trying to hit the score or over.
Okay, well, let's
before we
David.
roll, I'm sorry, Matt, I have a quick question. Everyone else had to roll one, John, when they first went into the bell. Do I need to make that roll as well?
When they went into the bell, they did.
Not the bell. When they came back from the bell into the thing.
Deep, yeah.
No, we I know what you mean, but yeah, we can skip that. It's fine. Okay. Matt, why don't you give us a sign off here on all this?
Okay, yeah, David, why don't you go first since you have your fancy advantage?
All right. First, I have a 17 bends. My first roll was an 82. I'm going to roll again. Second roll was a 26. I'm rolling over or under? Over, right?
You want to roll?
Yeah, so
over.
I succeeded on both. Yeah.
Okay, great. You're good.
Okay, Ted.
All right. Well, my Ben's score is currently 1. So I rolled a 13, and I'm fine.
You're good.
Well done, Ted.
Go ahead, Mike.
Mine is a 19, and I rolled a 49.
All right.
Okay.
I'm at 34.
Ooh.
And that's a 23.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
sweet. Okay.
Okay. Everything's fine, I'm sure.
Let's see. Hold on.
Nothing to see here.
What did you roll?
What did I roll? A 23.
23.
Under 34. See, I have my dice all calibrated to like roll low. Okay.
All right. So you're suffering from some like short-term memory lapses. You're feeling like weird empathy towards androids whenever they die. And now it's starting to ratchet up even more, Thulsa. It's like, and this all kind of occurs gradually as you're sort of exploring through the A.C.L.E.R. Of course, it doesn't like snap on, of course. But you become increasingly convinced, Thulsa, that that the reality you're experiencing here in the deep is not reality. You can't quite figure it out, but you're fairly sure that you're either dreaming, that you're maybe back on the bell, actually taking like in the med pod or something like that. You're in it, that you're in a coma. That you're on some sort of very high-powered drugs, or perhaps even in some sort of like slick world simulation, like a Matrix. Basically.
Okay.
Or he's in an actual play on YouTube and Spotify.
Yeah. And none of it's real, man.
An old bad white guy.
The point being, though, is that you're convinced that none of what you're seeing and interacting with right now, including your friends, is real. Therefore, nothing really matters. It doesn't really matter what happens. And you become increasingly convinced that the only way to sort of wake up to the reality, whatever that may be, fingers crossed it's back at home or at Prospero's dream or something like that, because not this waking nightmare, is that you need to reboot or wake up somehow. But how are you going to do that, right? How are you going to get yourself up? This is like the conundrum in like Inception, right?
Okay.
Well, you're pretty convinced that the only way to do that is to break things.
Okay, I'm good with that.
And break as many things as possible. So if you, let's see, if you know.
All right.
Okay, so you have to make an effort to break things constantly.
Make an effort to do it or not to do it?
To do it.
To do it. Okay.
Yeah. Because you're pretty sure that that's the only way you're actually going to be able to get up. So that's the deal. I'll let you know what else goes on later.
Okay. I'm sure there's nothing bad about that at all. So
okay. Okay,
John,
so
I'm going to check his work on my flashlight mount and make sure he had like set a little micro bomb in there or something.
for real, yeah. Well, he did that on the bell, so it should be okay. But
yeah, I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it will work fine. It's not like I have a little robot to sabotage everything. It's cool.
okay, now we're actually at the point. So go forth. What do? You're in a holding pod within the A.C.L.E.R. All the machines buzzing around. You know the deal. What do you do?
All right. I think, and we kind of talked about this. It seems like it's taking a really, 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 really long time for that picture to be identified, right? Like even when we met Caius back in hell, like 11 days ago, 12 days ago, already he was complaining that it was taking a long time.
Yes.
So
yes, he expressed frustration with it not giving him the answers he wanted.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if it's not actually an artifact. Might just be a painting. But maybe maybe he's an android, and his programming is to just sit in the A.C.L.E.R. and gripe and grumble about stuff, and he's just in a loop or something, and he's just putting weird crap in the A.C.L.E.R. and he's just complaining about it.
It's entirely plausible. I mean, this is very pessimistic, but following that logic, Ted.
Yeah.
If Monarch, we know, is monitoring the artifact station, and although we've supposed in the past that Monarch wants people to take the artifacts, let's suppose for a second that Monarch doesn't want people to identify what they are. The easiest way to do that would be to throw a humanoid in front of the process who's incredibly charming, good looking, sick leather jacket. You kind of want to smooch him on the lips, but just a little bit. As an impediment to that process, literally in queue, and force for Monarch's observations the other Delvers to make a hard decision about what to do about that, either by theft or violence or whatever. Who knows? I don't know. It's an interesting thought, Ted. That's why I'm just boosting it.
Well, I had a thought, a question that we can ask, and John, I don't know if we can find this out. We're in kind of one of these, the queue locker or whatever we call it. Can we tell if there's stuff in the other ones? Like how full is this queue? Is there one after the painting? Is there 100? Is it possible to tell?
So what I told you before was that all of them are lit green on the LED, but other than that, you can't see into them.
Right.
But including the one that you're in, including the one that you're in, which is empty, was also green.
Yeah. So empty green is a safe assumption. Okay.
When we put the artifact in and then left, did it change into like a red or a different color?
We're still in it.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet. We're in it ourselves.
Shut the door on them. No, just kidding.
Yeah, it is a good question.
Well, I have a question which maybe we answered last time, but I don't remember. So I know that like Caius or whoever in the A.C.L.E.R. doesn't have a good way to tell how long something's going to take. Were there any readouts or displays at or around the examination table? Like a green light or a red light or, sequence of lights or timers or anything of the sort that we saw when we were investigating it?
Good question. You've only seen it from a distance. Remember, industrial scale size.
Okay, we didn't go up close. Right.
No, yeah. Remember, you've only seen the back of this, what you assume to be a painting, because it's on it's only an easel, and you've only seen like the gilt frame. You have no idea what the canvas is, if there's even paint on it. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be worth looking at, guys.
Absolutely. I absolutely want to do that. Yeah.
Going back to Mike real quick, that question you asked about the bends, I do actually need you. It wasn't a bends check, Mike. It's actually rolling to increase your bends when you go back to the deep. So if you could just roll me a D10 real quick, and I'm going to.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I got a 3, so my bends goes up to 23.
Okay, you still would have passed that check though, right?
Yeah, I think I rolled 40 something.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks. All right, continue.
Okay, so we options. We can go back and check this examination center out, the actual experimentation table.
Yeah,
right?
like how far away is that from us, John?
It's pretty far. Again, it's an industrial scale. So, and the problem is, remember how I said that there's a minimum number of gangways here for humans to go. Right. Most of them. Remember, there was one that was really obvious that you took to go to the holding pods because that's where humans would naturally go to deposit. But then from that point, it's very difficult to get anywhere else because everything else is automated. And it's meant for machines to be whizzing through the air. So the room has oxygen and gravity for one thing. Right. You guys are all still wearing your vac suits. I can't remember if you lifted up your visors or not, but they're
open.
So you can't just simply launch yourself off and sort of coast to the examination table. You do have mag boots though. So yeah,
that was the point I was going to bring, is by using the mag boots to traverse like around or like whatever, can we stay out of the way of the equipment? But I think you'd said last session that there's really like no rhyme or reason to it. So there's no way to predict.
That's correct. Yeah. It's also very, very difficult. If you can come up with a creative way and try to convince me verbally like how you would try to avoid it, I may be, or if you have some sort of skill that you think you could apply, I'm willing to listen to it. But right now, as it stands, just trying to make your way, especially with mag boots, which are, you can never go fast in mag boots, right? It's like ka-kunk, ka-kunk, right? You are at danger of being just whipped by one of these arms or things and just falling to your doom, right? Yes, Ted.
Does it look like a scenario, like if I'm in the door and I'm kind of looking down the gangway towards the exam table and I'm thinking about it, does this look like a sprint, dodge, weave, athletic sort of thing, you know, where it's maybe speed checks and that kind of thing? Like you could, you know, like you're doing a run on a video game, you got to dodge and jump and leap and like temple run sort of thing, you know?
Well, it's like we said last episode, it's sort of very much like a Diddy Kong sort of platformer sort of environment. But again, you are hampered completely by the fact that you have mag boots, right?
Well, I can ditch all that stuff because there's gravity and environment here, right?
There is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if I strip down to my running shorts, I could sprint and dodge and weave around robotic arms.
Yeah. So
sort of thing.
So gauging it and looking at it really, really carefully, Hubble.
Right, exactly.
You're like, so I'm going to give you like the whole mechanics of it then, because you were like really assessing like, what are my chances here? And
that's what I'm doing. Yes, thank you.
Basically, what it would be is if you just want to do the platforming maneuver, right? Sans mag boots, it's possible, but it's very, very difficult. So it would be a speed check modified by any relative save skills that you have. Athletics would be viable, but it would be a disadvantage.
Right. Okay.
And, one other thought.
And I would say too, I'm going to be really harsh here. I'm sorry. A critical fail on the check, so doubles on a fail, is an instant death.
Yeah. Ooh. Sliced in half by an arm or whatever.
Right.
Okay. So here's another thought. I will point of order. If I recall correctly, I was the one person who did not leave my vac suit on.
Correct.
I kept my mag suit boots on, but not my vac suit.
Right.
Which makes me vulnerable if I'm still slow. But the time it would take would be far greater, I'm sure. But the safest methodology with mag boots, especially tightly around our feet, is most likely doing an inverse walk and dropping down from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does that look possible? Like, is there a safe route to the ceiling and over, or is there like whirling blades up there?
It's definitely no. There's not whirling blades. But as I said last episode, like the perimeters of the room are the safest areas of the room.
That's what I'm saying. So we would go perimeter up,
and then onto the ceiling, and then drop down,
and then we could try to come down from that.
Yeah. So that would be the most dangerous part. Is actually using, I assume, paracord to descend to rappel down.
That's right.
From the ceiling, because then you would be in the path of whatever is coming through, right?
Yeah.
But that's a viable means of traversing. Yes.
I have one more option, and then Ted, we can go with you. Another possibility is with these things flying around, does it look like there's one that's large enough that we could catch a ride on one? Right, like an arm that's kind of swinging around.
You could
get thought about that too.
It's also very dangerous, but also very cool. Yes,
it's so cool though.
That would sound pretty cool.
Yeah, I have a boring option too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, John.
I got one. Is the gangways? Is there space underneath? Could I barbed wire crawl under a gangway and work my way towards the platform that I'm headed to, like staying below the arms and things? Or does the floor come up, like in Alien, where she can crawl under the floor on the loading dock? So
not really. You would have to. The only way you could do that is with mag boots. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Crawl underneath.
Walk inverted. Yeah.
And then the other idea was, could we put just David in the queue and we could have him examined, and he just gets up off the the exam table and steals the painting when he arrives.
It will. If you assume by the automation of all the equipment here that it will not differentiate between an inanimate object and a live object. It will treat everything equal. So the answer is yes. It would do. Yeah.
Those are the two things I was going to say. Yeah, writing through the actual procedure is part of it, but the amount of time it would take for that to occur, I'm not sure of. There is also maybe this is the simplest solution. We don't know, but I'm trying to find his name again because I keep forgetting old Leather Daddy's name.
Caius.
Leather Daddy.
Caius is in the observation room.
Yes.
Caius probably has controls to turn the process off if we can convince him it's worth doing so that we can inspect the painting and make sure that he set it there correctly.
Maybe we could maybe convince him to hit the pause button.
So say, hey, because it's not working, maybe let us take a look, whether it's just a collaboration or a deception, that would give us access to the center point, but it requires us to trust him and convince him. But that might be the simplest method of any of these.
I mean, we don't know if he necessarily can do that, but we can definitely. I mean, we have means to contact him. We can try.
Yeah, we just talked. That's why I mentioned because we talked to him. Yeah. So it's a worthy conversation to provoke. I think.
I like the idea. I think my gut is that he is going to be like, "Fuck no! I've been waiting 2 weeks as it is. There's no way I'm hitting the pause button even for 10 minutes."
Right.
We'll screw everything up.
Control room. If we go up to the control room, can't we just use the cameras to look?
That's a really long trip, though.
That's
Mike.
the thing.
We got to get out of the camera all the way right back around.
Is there a way for you, computer person, to just jack into the network and use the cameras?
I don't have. Well, I have computers for 10.
Only if there is no security on the computer. Otherwise, you need hacking.
I don't have hacking. Yeah.
That assumes we can find a terminal somewhere in here, which is not built for humans, and there may not be one.
Anyone can attempt to do it, right?
Yeah,
but it would be like auto disadvantage for anyone who doesn't have hacking. Now, Thulsa would be able to add their computer skill to that disadvantage roll, so there's a little bit of a thing. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to say like you just can't. You know, you can obviously you can try. It's just very difficult.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it's a fairly good consensus that we can call Caius again and see if he has any way of slowing this down or hitting a pause. And I can do it. He's on the channel. I'll just call him right away. I'll wave at the camera again. I'll do 4 this time, and go to channel 4, and I'll say, Caius, this is Thulsa again calling. It seems to be taking a really long time for your artifact there to get identified. No.
Tell me about it. Are you guys still hanging out in there?
Not for too much longer. I think we're about to leave. But what we wanted to do is like take a look and see what is maybe holding up the works. But it's pretty dangerous here with everything moving around. Could you are there any controls up there that would let you pause just this for a minute so we can go and check and make sure nothing is in the way of your artifact getting checked out? Yeah,
I can do that, but you got to. I mean, listen, I've been here for well over 2 weeks now. It feels like, and I'm just worried that I'm going to lose all my progress, especially if you guys are screwing things up or screwing things. If you're touching things, you could screw up all this work that's been going into this.
I'm sure it will be fine. This definitely seems like something is amiss. If nothing else, we're just going to take a look, make sure nothing's fucked up, and we'll get back to you. Trust me, it's all above board. We don't want to screw you. We're all on the same team.
All right, listen. I'll give you an hour. I'll pause the machinery for an hour. Remember, I don't have any control here. It's basically like go, pause, and abort. So that's all I can do for you over here, just so you're aware. Okay, shutting her down for just a minute. Hold on 1 second there, guys. Over. It crackles off, and then you hear like an audible as everything sort of powers down. Everything the arms don't drop and go flaccid, right? They just sort of everything just sort of goes stops in midair. And he goes,
idea.
All right, you got an hour now, and then you hear over the comms, you hear a door bang open audibly. in the comms.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, guys.
And you hear like a real loud scratching in your ear, as if like the microphone or the walkie-talkie has been like scraped along something harsh, right? And you hear from a distance, you hear, "Oh shit! Hey, listen, fellas, I'm verified human, just a diver." And then you hear another distant voice come over come over the comms, and he goes, "Yeah, sure. Scanner will verify that claim once you're dead. Boys, light them up." And then you hear like a
Okay,
Hey, John, where's the closest camera to me? Where's the closest camera?
They're around, I can't tell you exactly, but
right over there. It's actually right. It's right there. Just look straight ahead.
Yeah, I see one too.
Do you keep the comms open?
Yeah, I think we should listen.
I'm gonna act fast. I'm sorry, guys.
Then don't do it. If you whatever you're apologizing for,
it's not too late, David.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'll tell you. I am a fraction of a second away of pulse rifling either the lights out so they can't see us, or
a lot of lights.
The cameras.
You're never going to be able to shoot all the cameras.
We're in a. John said there weren't that many cameras. There
are 8 total cameras.
Right. So we're in a cube. One of the cubicle things, right? Yes. There's no cameras in here. Yeah. So if we stay in here, they're not going to see us on camera.
All right. Okay. I've got something too. Real quickly, I'm going to call out into the microphone. Guys, where are you? Keep with the plan. We're going to the maze. Meet us in the maze. Remember, that's where. Caius, are you there?
All right. So you hear a crackling, a little bit of rumbling, as if the walkie-talkie is being picked up. At the same time it's being picked up, you hear like a little bit of like just not heavy breathing, but just a little bit of breathing, just like. And as you're listening to that breathing, inhalation and exhalation, you see all 8 of the cameras and audibly swivel and focus on the pod that you guys are in. And then you hear a voice come over and it says, "Oh, hi there. What you doing in there?"
Caius? This doesn't sound like you.
Oh, Caius, that must be... Yeah. Yeah, sorry. If that was a friend of yours, I'm real sorry. Hey, guys, why don't you kind of come out of that pod so we can get you to look at you?
Did he register as human or not?
We're checking on that right now.
Why don't you let us know, pal? You seem like a real charmer.
Yeah, I can sense that we're both sort of being passive-aggressive towards each other right now.
John, it's not passive-aggressive if you admit that it's passive-aggressive.
Just hold for one moment over.
Active aggression.
Hold for one moment over. Click. Do you wait?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm going to wait.
Okay, they come back on after about 30 seconds. Well, you win some, you lose some. Looks like he was human after all. Can't be too sure, though. How about you guys? Let me guess. Verified human, huh?
Your mother thought so.
Sure thing.
Oh.
You say your mother thought so?
Yes.
That's great.
Oh, we got someone with attitude here. We like the spunk. Well,
so
I know
does your mother.
Looks like. Oh, hey. Oh. Hey, nice one.
Oh, we're gonna have to put a content flag on this episode.
Yeah.
Well, Monarch can get creative. It looks like. Well, we got our eyes on you. We'll see you real soon.
Oh boy.
Over and out.
My name is
Click.
Bill. My name is Bill Stevenson.
I'm lost. Can you help me?
My name is Abby Normal. All right. Well, now's a good time to go get an artifact off a table.
It's true.
Is it though? The machines are still moving, right?
No, he paused.
No, he paused him.
Hey guys, you know it's a really fucking defensible position? In an hour when all of these things are moving and moving through them to get to us is incredibly hard.
Right. So we should be on the other side of the room.
So if we don't think we can get away before they can get to us, and they have a ship, then because moonwalking, or as much as I wanted to mag boot across the surface of this thing, they'll spot us and just fish in a barrel. So our best defense now is the fucking machines being on. That doesn't mean they'll turn it back on, but he said it was paused for an hour as if it's on a timer. Yeah. It may have just been active though. That's a gamble to take. But motherfuckers, this is we die or we try to jump towards the bell. Like that's kind of where
the cameras are all still looking at your pod.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm gonna just go ahead and just take the 2 pearly white cheeks that I have. No, I'm kidding.
So here's the question, guys. If the machines are actually off for the next hour, we don't know if they'll ever come back on again until somebody hits a button in the thing. Right, yes. Now is a really good time to spend some time in this room looking for another way out. There might be a whole nother way out of here that no one ever looked at. You know,
I'll tell you what, I think that's not a bad idea. I also think that if we're going to get that artifact or find out anything about that examination table, I'm going to just do it right now.
Let's do it.
I'm willing to take off my vac suit and just sprint and hope, like, if the machine starts up, I'll try to do the dodge thing. Yeah. My speed's a 40 plus I have athletics. I don't know if anybody's getting better at that.
John, I want to just say I want to have taken off my vac suit when David took off his, but I keep my mag boots on.
Here's a crucial thing, though, guys. They want us to exit this pod so they can see our faces because there's a bounty on our ass. So the minute you step out of here, that's confirmation. You know what I got? I have the removed face of another android on my person.
That's true. Must smell
and it's
great.
Not going to fool anyone that I'm that android. But if I alone go out, or if one of y'all sort of like wear that like a mask, you could disable the cameras or attempt to start disabling the cameras so that they have less visibility so the rest of this can move more safely. Because, again, they might turn the machines on right now and trap you in there. But also, if they're watching us set up defenses, they know everything we've done. So the decision really is get the fuck out or destroy the cameras, because they'll have a lead on every single action we take.
Yeah, I mean the other thing to keep in mind is, you know, they can also just wait us out if they want to. Like, how long can we live in here if they decide to just, you know, lay siege to this?
Another reason to knock out the cameras, because they won't have clear indication of whether we've left or not. So they will force their hand to either come to us or wait, and we can do our next move.
Also,
my only worry. Oh, go ahead, Ted.
Well, so question: was anybody, if we wanted to do a sprint thing, is it me? Am I the fastest one, most likely to make this, or is there somebody faster? And
I'm quick with a 41, but I don't have athletics. We might need to. We might want to do things in parallel.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, which is like what I'm suggesting is I'll run for the artifact in the table. If somebody wants to start shooting at cameras, again, maybe I should be the one shooting and someone else runs. I don't know. I've got a long range weapon. I got good combat, blah, blah, blah. You know, but I think
I'm down for that. Yeah. My point is they will know it's you the minute you go if we haven't disabled the cameras first.
I mean, they're going to shoot me anyway when they see me. They're not going to ask questions. I don't really care whether they see me or not. They already were marked for death as far as they're concerned. So I think
we also have our helmets, right? Even if you're not wearing the full vac suit, you can put the helmet on, which has the reflective thing for space.
I feel like for the athletics part, I kind of need to like not have the helmet on.
Well, for instance, 3 of us go out, 2 of you have helmets on, I have a mask. There's 3 of us to disable cameras with simultaneously. That process will go quicker as we shoot at them without being visible, and then you can disrobe and go. That would be my only suggestion. But if you want to go for it, go for it.
I don't want to make a federal case about it. I'm happy to go along with this. I'm just going to say, like, shooting out the cameras disables that for any other time in the future that we want to try and observe our artifact being like worked on.
We would have to. We can buy a camera. It's relatively cheap. Now it's 10x from the Bell if they have one at all.
Or fix
but we
it
can
later.
install our own form of surveillance. I take your point, and that's why I was suggesting we spray paint or tape them, but we don't have the time for that now. The urgency and the probability that we die is greater than the the cost benefit analysis in my mind of not being able to watch whether artifacts being processed later.
Okay.
Thulsa.
Okay. How about this? If you guys are cool with,
We're talking a lot. Yeah.
If you guys are cool with 3 of us attacking cameras and 1 of us making a run for the thing, Thulsa's no good at attacking. Thulsa can make the run for the object. If the 3 of you, she can also send her robot to try to just use its little claw to cut one, cut one camera cable. So that's 4 people.
Fast though.
Yeah, but I mean it's something.
Sure.
But if the 3 of you are running out, taking out the cameras while she goes to get the artifact and see what's up there, that's something. Are you guys okay with that plan?
Yeah, I just don't want to waste my ammunition either. I don't have that much.
Hold on a second. I got to interrupt here. Okay. First of all, Thulsa, your bends goes up by 1. Just you.
Okay.
At the same time your bends goes up, you are
Sorry.
What?
Oh, I thought you were doing his liking to break things thing. I just got excited. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah.
So he Thulsa's bends goes up by 1. At the same time as it does, you're reflecting on your plan, Thulsa, and you're thinking to yourself, I may not be good with guns, but I really want to break one of those cameras.
You know what I really want to break, John, is the stuff that's analyzing the painting.
True.
Like that's what she's
you've got to break something.
That she sees as a higher value thing to break, and nobody would be around her to stop her, which was kind of her plan.
Okay, so now Thulsa, Matt specifically, actually, I'm asking you to give me a final decision and tell me exactly what the entire group is doing. Just do it.
Yeah, we're going to do the camera break thing. You guys break cameras. Thulsa will make a run for the painting.
Thulsa and Hubble, right?
No, Hubble's shooting the Hubble, and David and Sharp are dismantling killing cameras, while Thulsa makes a run for the camera or the painting. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not going to attempt to break anything right now. Is that correct?
She's going to break the painting and break the stuff
there.
that's analyzing the painting. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's right. Okay, cool. So, people who are shooting cameras, just roll combat plus any applicable skills that you can convince me of. And if you critically fail, that would be the only negative, really.
And last time, John, you said military. Last time you said military training would count for that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so what you're saying, John, is that because we're taking the time to aim and shoot, like only a critical fail is a miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or something. Right. It won't be just a miss. It'll be something bad.
Okay. Well, I've got combat of 53 and firearms of 15, so that's a 68 under normal circumstances.
And
well, it's a success, so it's not a critical fail. I guess it's a critical success. But
good.
It was like I saw the doubles and I went,
Okay, David?
I have a combat of 34 and I rolled a 71.
Okay. All right, cool. And then Thulsa, you're going to run, so I need you to make me speed plus whatever skills you can convince me of.
Okay. Yeah, so she's going to use, if possible, mechanical repair, but in reverse to mechanically like screw up the arms and whatever kind of like devices are there, kind of like paused around the painting, right? So she's going to
this is your role to get there.
Oh, this is just to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have anything that could give me a much of a bonus, but I will take off the her vac suit so she doesn't. At least she's not running out of penalty.
Okay. So now, if I'm correct, all 4 of you no longer have a helmet on. Is that correct?
No, I still have my vac suit on because I was only going to take it off if I was doing the run.
Okay. So is it just let me ask: is Hubble the only one with a vac suit on? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Hubble, you are the only one with comms right now, just so you're aware.
Okay.
Thulsa.
Battle dress has standard battle dress has comms.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
I thought it did.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'll double check.
Okay.
I think we had this question before.
Thulsa,
John, you didn't ask me, but I got an /6 on my combat roll to shoot cameras.
Okay.
Oh, it does. It has short range comms. I'm sorry.
Thulsa, the good thing is that because the machines were shut down, you're not going to make the roll at disadvantage. So go ahead and make a roll. Speed.
Okay. Speed is 41. So I'm trying to get, that's an 11. Critical success.
Oh, critical success. Very nice. Okay. So we'll just say that, you know what I'll say for the critical success, especially since it was like a really low, like a really low number that you rolled, is that not only are you able to navigate the platforms efficiently, but you find the most efficient, most safe route, so that even if the machines turn back on again, your companions will be able to follow that route and make the roll at with a normal roll without disadvantage.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
And you obviously would benefit from that as well. Now you, Thulsa, as long as the machines aren't working, you can make the speed checks to navigate through the room at advantage. If the machines are working, it's just normal. Okay?
Oh, great. Okay.
All right, cool. So no one critically failed their combat rolls. So there's a spattering of gunfire everywhere as you guys unleash on all the cameras. All 8 cameras are now destroyed. You need to erase one unit of ammo. From all of you guys, except for Thulsa. Thulsa, you at the same time, you hop, skip, and jump across platforms and cabling and arms and stuff like that to get to the main examination table where the painting is. The painting is indeed a painting. Believe it or not. As I said, it's in a really grotesque sort of gilt frame and sitting on a typical wooden easel with lights shining upon it as if it's like museum quality, like display. There are a number of different arms, most of them more fine-tuned arms, some that actually have digits for holding like particular tools that are very, very fine. They're all sort of hovering right around in stasis right now over the painting. The painting itself, however, is it almost makes you huff in laughter as you look at it, because it's like the epitome of current age, like in ours as the players, contemporary understanding of high-end AI artwork.
Oh,
okay. So you can immediately peg it as AI, as we can these days, right? But you can but it's high quality, right? It looks like it's procedurally generated, and what it is, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen this on your strolls through the internet recently. This is it is a painting of a cozy reading room, right, with an overstuffed chair and a lovely warm light with bookshelves behind it and snow falling gently outside of frost-rimmed glass. Right. You've seen these kind of pictures, right? Like cozy spaces.
Oh, yeah.
But with that very artificial look to it, right? Like hyper idealized and everything. And it appears to be an oil painting.
Yeah.
Like the one David keeps posting on our Discord.
John, Deleuze comes out and says,
"Oh no.
A thing that cannot transform in something greater than its parts is not a living thing at all." And I release a round of pulse rifles through the center of the painting to destroy it.
Artifact.
I'm shooting it.
Wait!
I'm shooting it.
You're not even there.
You don't even know it's on it yet. You don't even know it's on it yet.
David, you can do it. You could do it, but I'm just warning you that Thulsa is like right in front of the painting.
Well, if you'll wait just a minute, because Thulsa
I'll
is
wait till
right there.
Thulsa isn't in front of the painting, and then I'm going to shoot the painting.
Yeah, well, you can hold on to your trigger finger there, because Thulsa has an itch to destroy that she needs to scratch anyway, Mr. Shooty Pants. So she is going to John take what would be a good thing out of her. Yeah, she's got to have like a little X-Acto little box cutter in her toolkit. She's got assorted tools, And yeah, this thing is just gotta go. Like, and if she's convinced if there's anything that could break this spell, right? Like it would be slashing the image of comfort.
Okay, before you do anything, roll me a sanity save.
Okay, sanity is 45. And
by the way, I'm sure this is a safe haven that's portable and can be entered into.
I'm sure it's great. Well, that's a critical fail, John, with a 77.
A critical fail
over 45.
Okay, I'm not going to have you take. I'm not going to have you take stress. This is more about realizing something. But now you're committed. You must destroy the painting. How do you destroy it?
With my box cutter. I just do like a big kind of like slash from corner to corner.
Okay, so it tears just as you thought it would, and nothing bad happens. But the one fleeting, and it feels really good.
Okay, good.
You're like, oh, and your mind is sort of chaotic right now. Like a lot of stuff's going on in your mind right now. First of all, you're secretly praying that the moment that you destroy that thing that you're going to wake up. So you immediately get depressed that that doesn't occur, that you're still in the same goddamn hellhole you were before. That's a bummer. And to ratchet up your frustration, there's a split second right before you commit to cutting into that painting where there's like a little voice in the back of your head, but it's not enough to stop you from doing it. That tells you this is probably worth a lot of money. And then you destroy
an NFT.
but it's not real. Plus, it's AI garbage. I mean, that's 2 strikes against it.
Well, what more could be indicative of the faltering sanity of Thulsa that she looked at this slop and thought it could be worth a lot of money? It's probably not. That's just the insanity talking, you see.
I think our real life proclivities are being layered on top of the game is what I think.
Why else do we play TTRPGs, John?
Yeah. Okay. With that in mind, we will take our first break and we will be right back. Okay, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. Okay, so the painting artifact has been destroyed by Thulsa. Thulsa, you didn't wake up, so you're still scanning the horizon for other things that you could possibly break. The itch is very, very real.
Yeah, well, there are all these. I'm assuming. I mean, this is in my mind's eye that there are all these little kind of like examination arms and stuff that are nearby. You said that they're like the fine ones.
They are, and you're thinking to yourself like, oh man, I bet you if I snap one of those in half, that'll wake me up. But then the other half of your brain is going, man, if I destroy though, that's probably going to severely curtail our ability to get any artifacts identified.
Yeah, well, they're not real anyway. So she's going to take out her wire cutters, and she's just going to like reach in and for each one of those arms, just like give a little snip to one wire. Here we go. Just real quick. All it's going to take, these are fine equipment. It's delicate.
Yeah.
Right? Just reach in and just like give a little.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. Okay, that you're bummed once again that you don't wake up. But
Mike, I'm thinking if I shoot somebody, I'll wake up. What do you think, Mike?
I think that's true. I think if you shoot somebody, I'll wake up as well.
It's all right, guys. I'm just about done here. These things need some little adjustment.
You guys are
we
all
saw
like
him destroy we saw her destroy the painting, right?
Yeah, and you see her like working like pulls out wire cutters and starts working delicately on the arms as well. Like you're pretty convinced that Thulsa may have lost her mind up there.
Okay. Or she's an agent of Monarch already.
Well, I mean, the Benz thing, like, who knows what that's all about? Maybe we are working for Monarch.
I mean, Ted, is it time for PvP? I don't know. Normally, I'm not a very big PvP player, at least not on purpose.
I wish I had one of those. I think it's called a foam gun or something. We could just, the foam gun. We could. I should have bought one at the hardware store.
I could accidentally think that I have gel rounds loaded in my shotgun.
Well, first of all, like from where you guys are, you have no clue. You don't know what was on that painting.
He just told us we saw you destroy the painting.
Hey, John.
You don't know what's on there, though. And she calls out. She's like, this thing, it was taking so long. It's just garbage. It's literally garbage.
So what you're saying and what you believe are two different things.
No, she believes that thing is garbage. It does not look valuable to her. It looks like AI garbage crap.
Right, but that's not why you destroyed it.
Right.
You destroyed it because you thought it was going to wake you up out of this hellhole, and you're not saying that.
But you don't know that Hubble.
No, I'm aware of that.
About
yeah.
Thulsa, yeah. Right.
Hey, John, can I ask you a question about what?
Wait, let me just be clear. Ted, I'm lying to your face.
That's my point, which means you're lying to yourself.
Who amongst us? Who amongst us?
Things got real, man.
John, I'm observing this.
Yeah.
I see these two trigger-happy Marines watching Thulsa, who I have developed quite a relationship with. I don't say that facetiously, right? I trust Thulsa a lot.
Yeah,
I agreed to kill the AI image, both out of character and in character. But beyond that, I see that there's irrational behavior going on, perhaps. Do I observe them kind of gripping and itching at the trigger? Do they take an aggressive posture?
I'm very apparent, John. David, I'm practically salivating.
Okay. I'm walking slowly backwards towards the airlock door while they're watching Thulsa.
Okay.
And when
having shot out the cameras.
Okay.
We're watching Thulsa do his craziness. David is walking back to the cameras. Sorry.
Don't misgender me, please. Thank you.
Craziness. The other thing we wanted to do was if we were going to search the room looking for another way out of here, now's the time to do it. The cameras are disabled. The operation is still stilled, right? Nothing's cranking and going yet, right, John?
Not yet. It's only been like 10, 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
And at this point, as soon as she finishes like giving each one of those little arms a quick clipperoo, she's going to book it back, right? She'll just like kick the frame off the edge, so it tumbles down.
Okay.
And then she'll run back.
Okay, so you need to make another. You do need to make another speed check, and that's going to be with advantage this time.
Okay.
Can I ask why he needs to do that? Since there's nothing happening.
I guess not. That's fine. It's fine. Okay. So what do you do now?
I made it anyway. I had a 28 under 41. Okay.
So
so she's going to run back and start putting on her vac suit again.
Okay.
So simultaneous to that, if it's possible, I have retreated to the airlock where I left my vac suit, and am putting it on while they're watching her run back. Is that possible?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to start checking the other cubicles, looking for anything that's in them, and if maybe I spot some sort of access hatch or vent panel or something.
Okay. So you do that. You can confirm.
I'm with him, John.
Okay, you can confirm that the green light does indicate vacancy in the pods, as they're all vacant and none of them have any sort of other egress.
Okay.
Thulsa, what's the first thing that you do after you arrive back at the pods?
Okay, just back at the pod, I'm going to put my vac suit on, and as soon as that's done, I'm going to pull the door panel on, the thing that has like the red and the green light.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just pull the panel off and clip a couple of the wires in there and put it back on.
Which one? The one that's right up next in the queue? Like the pod one?
Yeah, the pod where I left my vac suit that we were in. When I come out, I'll just pull the panel off, clip a wire, and put it back on, so you can't tell anything.
Pod one is its LED indicators are now defunct.
Okay.
John, from observing the lack of movement in this room, is it possible to discern if these pods, which, I guess like pneumatic or like conveyor belt style, eventually move towards the center of the room where everything's inspected, correct?
They're everywhere, but most of them are concentrated towards the center.
Yeah. And they is it a pneumatic tube? Like what's the actual like vehicle of transportation? From the like door that you put things in and the actual like destination point, is it closed?
There's no pneumatic tube. It's sort of like there's arms that do the work. Like they open the door, take the thing out, whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's purely just lifted by the arm and moved to the other location.
It seems to be
it's like a storage locker.
You haven't seen it. You haven't seen it happen.
Conveyor belt.
But yeah.
There's a possibility one of these lockers leads somewhere, y'all.
That's why I'm checking them.
Yeah, that's why we're checking.
Go ahead then. Go.
He said that there wasn't anything.
There was nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I wanted to ask was in the layout of the room, and I know you don't have great descriptions there, but in the way you're imagining it, I mean, we're physically in the deep, right? So there's walls on 6 sides, one of which has an airlock. We've got atmosphere. There must be air supply. There must be maintenance hatches somewhere.
Yeah.
So if it's not in the cubicle bank, is it on the opposite side? Can I get over there?
I'll just tell you so we can skip to the chase. There's, all that inner workings obviously is not detailed, but anything that allows human, life to happen here, it's all like too small for anyone to fit into. And you can verify that what they said was true. You have a feeling that you could trust Ghost Eater and what he was saying. He's not lying to you.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I spent my actions then doing, verifying that he was not confused.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, John. I'm at the airlock in my vac suit.
Yep.
I know that Ghost Eater dropped us off to like a small bay that was open to space. Yes. Betwixt that and the A.C.L.E.R was a chamber and 2 airlocks, right?
No, there's
Sorry.
In the exit to space, there's a small airlock, which is where you're at right now, that is purely for humans to enter and exit through. And then next to that is the huge blast doors, which are made to open up into space, which are currently closed, obviously, to accommodate particularly large items that might enter the A.C.L.E.R.
But those doors themselves are in the A.C.L.E.R room.
Yeah, and they open up directly into space.
So the airlock also opens directly to space. There's not a space on the other side at all.
Well, there's the depressurization chamber.
Well, the whole airlock is the whole thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The other side is space, not a deck or
correct.
Okay,
correct. Yeah.
John, I would like to locate the mechanisms for controlling the loading bay door.
They're right next to the airlock.
They're right there.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any instructions or anything like that? Push button, open door.
It's pretty much like not really. I mean, there's like it's light indicators with signage, but it's basically like open, close. Danger.
Okay. I'm going to go on my comms next to everyone and say there's a high probability if these guys are coming for us, they're going to try to space us, or they can do it remotely. Are we going to get along, or should I do it ahead for them, Marines?
Hey man,
if you ventilate the chamber, it will likely destroy the A.C.L.E.R.
I'm singling you out because you literally said you were salivating the mouth to harm Thulsa. That was your character statement. I went to the loading bay door and told you don't fucking do a thing.
I'm literally asking you. I'm literally asking you, like, why are you taking like the side of the crazy person who's blowing up the money that we need to get? If I have
in
all
character,
that,
you're asking me because Thulsa has always guided me in the right direction. I trust her implicitly, and I don't know you from Adam, Marine. I just met you
just as long as she has.
Well, you know what I'm about. All right. Well, do you want me to be very, very, very honest, Marine, whatever your name is? I've heard dozens of statements through the transit of this station when I've done nothing but support all of you emotionally, offer my condolences when harm came by, and suggested that there was a better way than violence. And you've said once, twice, 3 times, maybe more, that me and my kind didn't deserve to exist.
No, I think
so even though I forgive you that, dear Sharp, I don't trust you have the discernment required to know whether Thulsa deserves to live or not.
I didn't shoot anybody. I think she's off her rocker.
Yeah, I mean, she's clearly
fine. I mean, I'm right. I'm here. I can hear you. I'm doing fine.
Who amongst us doesn't want to destroy this damned hell?
Then why don't we go with my original plan and go back to the other loading dock and set all those angry androids free?
I agree completely.
Then let's go do that. This is a dead end for us.
Oh my God.
All right.
Poor Ted.
All right. So, okay.
I'm here to get paid. I don't know about you guys. And if one of our teammates is out there blowing up the money that we need for equipment, food, air, water, then they're actually putting us at risk. Like, this is an actual like survival thing. So if she's crazy enough that she's just going to go ahead and start like blowing up our money, that's a problem. And she probably needs help.
Sure, but have you tried talking to her, or have you only grabbed your rifle? Shoot first, ask questions later, eh, Marine?
Did I shoot anybody? I did not. I did not shoot anybody.
But I see the look in your eye.
I do appreciate not being shot, but that situation may change very quickly when those other guys get here.
Precisely why I'm at the door, because I'm worried.
I have reasons for everything that I'm doing. We can explain later, but we should decide quickly what we're going to do. If we're going to walk outside to the thing, let's do it. If not, let's not. But we've got to do something. We could on comms, give perhaps some false information to indicate we're going in one place and then go another direction.
Also, the itch is starting up again.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's around?
The reason I went to the loading door, outside of our fun little PvP tit for tat, I'm very concerned that, like I said, they have a capacity to space us remotely. If not remotely, then via the ship, they might fly over post haste. Everything we want to do is moot in that scenario, right? Unless we either disable the loading bay doors, which requires our little clippy friend here.
Well,
I don't know how we would do that, but
if I can make the counter argument, I think we're probably also overestimating our 4 people importance to this troubleshooter team, which is on the other side of the base. Even if they wanted to come get us, they have to make their way back to their ship, and we don't know where they're all the way at the top. Their ship is docked all the way at the top of the station, and they're somewhere in the middle. They're not just going to instantly teleport back up to their ship, get in their ship, and then come look for us on this massive space station, right? That's if they want to do that. I'm sure they're in a target-rich environment, and they can just go around and just shoot as many things as they want. So they're probably just marking us so that when they do see us, they're going to light us up.
Okay,
right.
I think it's
fair, but
I think it's David, you have a really good point about the door. I do not want to be spaced. John, I'm going to go over to the controls to the door, and I'm going to disable them. I'm going to wreck those controls. So I'm going to scratch my itch.
The big blast door controls.
The blast bay doors. Yeah.
Okay.
To the airlock.
Yeah. How are we going to get out?
There's two airlock. Like there's two. There's a regular human airlock and a large blast door airlock for ships. The question is whether the controls are fail safe or fail open. If you disable them, does it open the door?
You might want to put your suit on and hold on. Maybe activate your mag boots.
It's also worth, though our oxygen supply would be low, it's worth, I mean, you've already done it, but one of my tactics of defense was going to be say we could all mag boot and space them if we need to through the loading bay door.
Is everyone putting on their vac? Is everyone putting their vac suits in anticipation of Thulsa destroying this thing?
Yep.
Yes. Mine's on. I'm closing the helmet and activating my boots before he starts messing with controls.
Okay.
Yes.
Thulsa. I'm
talking about Matt. Matt's doing the shit.
Yeah. Thulsa.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Thulsa, you give fair warning. You're like, I think I'm going to bust up these blast doors, and everyone's like, okay, putting on the back.
I dap Thulsa when she walks over.
Yeah, we got this. It's simple enough.
Yeah. You're like, if anything's going to wake you up, it's going to be destroy these blast doors. So you're hoping that you're going to rip those things out bodily. I do need you to make me a percentile roll, and let's see.
So again, John, my goal here, she's trying to break the controls. She does not want the doors to open, so she's going to the control panel.
Understood.
And she's screwing up the control panel.
But you're doing it ungently, right? Like you're destroying it, right? As Ted said, you don't know, is it going to fail open or is it going to fail closed, right? It's going to fail one way or the open, but there's always a chance, and that chance is going to be 15%. So. Don't roll 15 or under.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I activate my mag boots.
Yeah.
Hey, before he does that,
oh boy,
can I take the one stim pack I have and go get juice, baby? And because it gives you advantage for 1d10 minutes.
Oh, you're juicing.
Well, don't waste it. She's already got her vac suit on. Hold on to it. I'm fine.
Yeah, don't roll on back to you, man.
the odds of rolling under a 15 are minuscule.
Yeah, actually, this is not a roll. I'm just making you roll it since you're the one doing it. But it's not actually like a skill it's not a stat or save. It's actually just the chance that the doors are going to fail open.
Okay, I'm rolling right now. Everybody, get your suits on. Tighten up your boots. Here we go. It's a 44, critically above 15. See, I know what I'm doing. I'm professional.
Blast doors are now dysfunctional until further notice, but they are shut.
All right.
See, now we're no longer in danger of this. I suggest we get the hell out of here, though, because they're going to come. I mean, I can tell them that. Oh shoot, I haven't heard from Caius in a while. I go back onto comms. I wave to the camera that's shot out, and I go 5. The camera looks. Oh wait, whatever.
Like, see that's
That's
Caius.
good.
That's good, Matt.
Really
Matt is leaning into
really good.
Matt's leaning into the memory lapse. That's really good. Yeah.
Caius, this Thulsa again. We are going to try to make this space jump. We're pretty sure we can do it. We're going to jump back over to the bell. So keep an eye. Yeah, your painting was fucked. I don't know what that thing was. It was ugly and stupid. It took so long because it was a piece of garbage. But don't worry, everything's cool. We are going to make the jump now back over to the bell.
So the other three of you guys are looking at Thulsa with horror. As she's like rambling into the comms. I need all of you guys to make me a fear save.
Disadvantage for them.
I will
Venmo John $100 if Caius responds.
I don't think David's hold on. David, Sharp and Hubble are not at the airlock with David. Is that right?
No.
You're still at the pods, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So you don't have to make it because you're not you're not next to David.
Okay.
So normal fear saves for everybody. Except for Thulsa.
Sweet. 35, and my fear check is 38.
Okay.
All right, my fear check is a 44, and I rolled a 1.
Ooh, fancy.
Strong. David?
My fear check is an 88, and I'm going to roll it right now. That is a 67.
Okay. All right. You guys are, you're horrified. You're looking at Thulsa giving her the stink eye, but you managed to maintain. Okay. So, yeah, you get no response, Thulsa, obviously, on the other end of the line. Can't quite remember why that's the case. Like, why is Caius being all cagey right now? Can't figure that out. So yeah, what do you do?
So are we going to take a walk then to go to the thing? Why not? I think
let's go.
Letting the androids go sounds like a really fun idea.
Sure. Hey, Thulsa, you seem a little unwell. Could you remind me? You told me before. What'd you draw on my back?
You want to make a roll to see if you remember?
Yeah.
Well, let's make it 50-50. So,
okay, 50-50. Okay.
50 or under, you remember. 51 and over, you've forgotten.
Okay. I don't remember, but I don't want him to know this.
Okay.
I say, David, we really shouldn't talk about that, especially over, where we can be overheard. It's probably something we should just keep on the down low.
David, you're a master of psychology. You could peg him for lying like immediately.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thulsa,
or not lying, but being evasive.
Yeah, I say yes, Thulsa, of course. We'll discuss later.
Plus, it's also not a good idea for you to know that anyway. That was the whole point.
No, Thulsa, we discussed this before. We agreed that two of us had a pact that we would share the secret of each other's drawing. You don't remember this?
Have you had your circuits checked for a while? I mean, your memory might be suffering some short-term memory loss.
I don't know. Are you sure? Look, Thulsa, I want to believe you, Thulsa, but I think you should really scratch your head and try to think about that, because it's important for us to be able to trust each other. And if you don't remember what you drew on me and I only remember what I drew on you, then I don't know if I can trust who you are.
Well, David, we're going to have to talk about this because, again, talking about this in public is a really bad idea.
Okay. All right.
Especially here. All right.
All right.
Marines, you guys are just like it's a lost cause. Like these two are like active liabilities right now.
I'm like looking at Delbers. Delbers. While we're strapping on our gear, I'm just going to be like doing like marine hand signals. So, like,
yeah, of course.
Targets mid-range.
David, I'm starting to worry a little bit about Sharp. He can't remember his own friend's name there.
No, I don't. Why is he doing that?
We found him in a duct.
I also Thulsa, I'm sorry to say, I know for a fact, because I'm a linguist, that he does not know American Sign Language. What he's doing right now means nothing. He's just waving his hands around.
It's all right. Okay, this is all going to end badly.
Anyway, I really do not want to get shot. Can we go?
So spacewalk destination is what?
Down to the big airlock where the androids are being kept captive.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, which we should know the way to, and we have our mag boots. So our plan is to hike on the outside of the thing.
Okay, so no actually free space walk, right?
Right.
Okay.
But I have a question. The exterior, we'd have seen this as we'd have sort of come in.
Mm-hmm.
The exterior of the deep, is this like Star Wars Death Star lumpy, lots of bits and bobs, or is this surface of the Enterprise smooth?
I told you a number of times. It's like jagged and.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Jagged and like unseemly and yeah.
Right. So is it something that we could, for example, if we wanted to, like if we come up and we look around and we see a spaceship coming,
we can hide.
We could hide on the outside and like light these bastards up as they're trying to get in the airlock.
If there is some cover like within, like because like again it's very slow going, right? The mag boots is like it's really slow. So
sure.
But there are plenty of places to hide. It's just a matter of can you get to one quickly enough, or basically what it would be mechanically would be a random roll with high odds that there would be some cover within easy reaching distance. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And could we improve our odds by, for example, turning out the lights in the airlock and turning off our headlamps so that we don't give our position away when we open the airlock? As a Marine would be very careful to do.
Yes, for sure. So, you'd be like little cockroaches, like walking on the walls of the station. But as I said, like regardless, there's enough weirdness, and you are so small compared to the deep that your odds would be very, very high in your favor already.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do that. Yeah.
I think this is brilliant. I love where you're going with this. When we're on the surface, this thing, if we can find a sufficient, like angle, right, for this option, theoretically, they show up. They can't open the loading bay to actually bring their ship in.
Right.
That means they either have to fly off and give up or go by foot through the pedestrian airlock, right? Now, we can't extrapolate all the things that might occur in that scenario, but some majority of them will need to go in and not be on the ship.
Right.
Just a notion. It might be an opportunity to get a ship.
I'm down with it.
If we're really sneaky. But that assumes they're coming, which they might not be. But if we wanted to wait a reasonable amount of time before doing a spacewalk and look for distant lights way above us, etc.
Yeah, we go out, lights out. We go under, stealth conditions, scope the area, come out, find maybe even enfilading positions, hide. They come in, they're going to do what they're going to do. Then if they get out of their ships, great. Pulse rifle might even be able to damage a ship. I don't know what the strength of a ship is. I don't think a submachine gun will, but
or at least the umbilical, right? That's connecting to an airlock.
If we could make the point though, too, guys, these are like all like Marine characters, which means boarding spacecraft from like another spacecraft is kind of like their whole point. Sure. So we've got 2. They probably have 6. Let's just hope that they don't find us, that they're not looking for us. Also, I love the idea of negotiating, like trying to go without headlamps. But if it's jagged, it's really dark in space, and we might need to actually see where we're going.
Well, no. To be clear, exiting without headlamps, looking around. Do we see moving lights in the distance? Okay, we could turn our lamps on. We could find a position. We can shut down the lights and then hide.
Why don't we just play through it?
Can I have one more? I agree, but can I make one suggestion before we go through the action? We have a way of making an improvised explosive device via oxygen tank.
What, like leaving a little booby trap behind in the airlock?
You could booby trap an oxygen tank, or leave it in a vector that's easy to shoot for the eventuality that they try to board, and that would separate them from the ship, possibly knock the ship away, depending on whether it's tethered or not. But give us a far greater advantage at either taking the ship or escaping by foot than relying on whether they, spot us. It's a fun.
So I don't have bomb making, which is its own kind of skill, but you do trigger an idea. This is something that maybe that I could do that's less risky of blowing myself up. Hi, I'll be right there. I could, and this might, scratch one of my itches, pull some of the electrical wiring, John, and just hot wire the airlock door. So the first person who touches this airlock door next is going to get the full, 1210 AC current when they grab this door to try to open it.
Sure, that would definitely be.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Would be the purview of what is it? Demolitions, explosives. That's the skill. But
I was thinking. I was going to argue for like mechanical repair, because this is more like just like getting the wires and like placing the wires, electrical wires from the inside.
Do you have jury rig?
I do.
Okay, so it's definitely more of a jury rig. Like repair is repair, like really repairing things,
okay.
Right? It's the opposite of what you're doing, right? But of course, a real fine job of setting like a really nice trap that's foolproof would be demolitions or whatever it is. I don't have the skill list in front of me.
It says explosives,
but
sure. I have a good idea.
Just hold on. But jury rig, you can certainly apply to the baseline roll. Again, don't forget you are not limited by what's on your character sheet or the skill list. You can try anything. It's just if you don't have the skill, it might be a little bit tougher and more chance. And this is a dangerous thing to do because bad things could happen. But your itch is strong. It would definitely soothe the itch. So you could make a intellect roll with applying jury rig, but you would be doing it at disadvantage. And I would telegraph, because it's super dangerous, that a critical fail, not a fail, but a critical fail would cause it to spark in a most unpleasant way in your face, if you know what I mean.
Okay. I'm still down to do this.
Move, guys. Come on.
Now that I've cost you all this money.
Yeah. I'm down for you to do that. I also, just as an auxiliary, the thought process I had for the oxygen take, was, and this is a bit of sci-fi bending because things still explode in space in sci-fi, but not in reality in the vacuum without combustion. So it's up to John to discern.
Except you have a bottle of oxygen, so it totally would explode.
So we could we could fix the oxygen so it doesn't move from the pressure to a position in the entryway of that airlock and release the valve slightly. So it's slowly releasing oxygen. We have a flare gun. That doesn't require precision and aim because the combustible material will be hitting a lot of gas that's leaked over a period of time that we discern based on how far we open that valve. That's a pretty easy, not bomb-making ambush to create. That could happen in...
Not that I'm a science genius or anything, but I don't think shooting a flare gun into oxygen would causes any problem, right?
Depends on how much oxygen, like
pure
O2, pure O2 in the airlock.
Yes.
The problem would be that if you just turn the valve on and you're releasing into the airlock's going to want to purge that in order to open the outside door.
Right.
So you'd have to bypass the controls to that. So when they open it, it's going to pop open suddenly because there's pressure in there and they were expecting it not to be pressurized.
Yeah.
And if you fired the flare gun in there, I don't know if the flare gun would actually
oxygen
work.
would be.
I think it's a little bit much for me, frankly. So
Agreed.
why don't we just say that pick pick one explosive thing and let's just go with it and say there's a trap set after you make a roll. So which of the two that you want to do?
You guys, who likes oxygen? Raise your hand.
I like the electrical one. Because I'd rather have the extra oxygen bottle in case some of us need air.
Yeah, we don't even know how long this spacewalk is going to take. Like if it takes us 4 hours and we have 3 hours of air, we're screwed.
Yeah, and right now we only have the one extra oxy tank. So,
which is why the question is: are we setting a trap and leaving, or are we trying to set an ambush? Because those are fundamentally different questions.
Yeah,
I think we hang out.
Just from a player point of view, I want to go do like something else. Yeah. So, like I want to go do something. Like
okay,
I don't want to just sit here waiting for them.
Okay, we'll set the trap. We'll wait briefly to see if there's any movement. If there's not, we'll keep going.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So make me that roll and we'll take a break.
I've got intellect 37, jury rigging is 10. So I'm trying to roll under a 47.
With disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay. Well, that's a 74 on one. Let me see if I make sure I don't get it. And a 64. So 74. So I don't do a good job.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to say is that you're pretty confident that you did set the trap, right? Uh-huh. Well, you're not that you're confident. You get it done, right? But you're just not confident in how well it's going to hold up. But there's
only one way to test it, and I don't want to do that.
That's right. So you're like, and you can tell people that you're like, I think I kind of did it. You know, we'll have to see. It did soothe temporarily your desire to break things because you did have to like snip wires and shit like that.
I bet grabbing the handle would wake you up.
But let's do the spacewalk after we get back from our break, shall we?
Okay.
All right. We will be right back. All right, back again. Bladders empty, beers full. All right, so a trap has been nominally rigged, but we'll have to see how that pans out in the future. But you have your vac suits on. You make your mag boots activated, and you exit out the airlock door. You are now officially on comms, and the vertiginous spaces of space opened up before you. But you're sticking to the side of the deep, and you attach yourself by your mag boots and ratchet on to the side of the ship. At this point, your view point shifts, right? Because there is no up or down, really, right? So once you sort of mag boot and then you're in 0G, now the bottom of the expanse of the deep, it like goes on and on like ahead of you, right? Off to the horizon level, right? I would say too that probably in the corner of your vision beyond the deep is a small little dot that you recognize as the bell. You do not see any motion, however, except for the very slight indication that both the bell and you on the deep are actually rotating at different speeds. So it's very likely that the bell is not rotating; it's revolving around the deep. So you can actually kind of slowly see it sort of move, and it's likely that it will disappear from your line of sight soon. And the deep is also rotating, but also revolving around Baphomet 3 as well. So, but that movement is very, very slow. But the rotation is noticeable enough that the light is increasing as you're slowly starting to sort of face Baphomet 3 surface, right? Yeah.
Okay. One thing I'd like to do as we just get started is take out her paracord and kind of like hook it onto our belts. If you guys are willing, just in case there's some kind of trouble, we don't fly off into space. Okay, so we'll all preschoolers crossing the street. Right. We're gonna knot the rope and.
I think of it more as mountain climbers than preschoolers, but sure.
I'd like to have enough slack between us that if we have to make some sort of fear check, that we're not automatically getting hosed by David. So let's make it a very long tether. And we saw creepy crawlies out here. Remember when we were in the airlock the first time, the creepy crawly, like there was a different kind of android with a knife hand thing that came around the edge and like peeped at us from outside. Mm-hmm. We weren't entirely sure if it came from inside one of the containers or if it was just like, hi, and then we shot it. but there might be more creepy crawlies. I mean, for all we know, Monarch has like surface patrols.
So do you have your gun out?
What's that?
Do you have your gun out then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
As far as the paracord goes, it is unfortunately unavoidable to be within range with David's sphere, only because it affects people within close range, which is just the way it is. You can't get further than close range on the paracord.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Go ahead, David.
Because we've exited with the airlock door turned off and none of our own lights on, and we are in the vacuum of space on a very large monolithic thing, visible light would be very far. We can see there's no atmosphere, right?
Right.
I would like to survey in all directions and try to clock in my mind as best I can sources of light, both large, like, oh, those are the windows of the research area, and small, like, that looks like a red LED that might be on the back of a creepy crawly. You know what I mean? Like, or the bell or whatever. That's just what I would like to do and see if there's anything really obvious near us and far from us. Yeah.
I think we should all be doing that because we should be looking for the troubleshooter ship.
Yes, which would be super obvious.
I'll
probably have searchlights on it. Yeah.
If it's possible, given the terrain, if we can, if Mike and I should be on opposite sides of the airlock in, hiding out wherever we're going to hide. But not all of us clustered together. So maybe we have 2 paracord sets going.
All right, so you're just outside the airlock door. You're looking around for lights, and there are numerous ones. There are actually some windows and stuff like that, right? But there's nothing that's indicative that like really catches your attention so much, right?
You don't see a ship.
Well, you don't. I'm talking about the deep. I'm talking about what Dave's looking for specifically.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's not like the place looks dead. There's blinking lights and there's light coming through some windows, but those again, they're so small, right? They're just so tiny that the windows themselves actually look like just lights, like blinking lights themselves. Now, how long? Just give me a real time measurement. How long do you actually wait just outside the airlock doors?
We left the bell around like 9 a.m.
Yeah, well, he said it was like 2.
Right now it is 11:50 in the morning.
Right, but more to the point, when did we start drawing on our oxygen?
It was a 2-hour trip.
2-hour trip. We've been here about an hour. I figure we've got an hour we can wait very easily and still have, because these are 12-hour tanks on these vac suits.
Yes.
So I would give it another hour. That's what I would suggest.
So just quietly hang out outside?
If they're coming immediately, we'll see them within an hour. If David suspects they're not coming immediately and they'll get here when they get here, then we'll know within an hour. Okay, that would be my expectation.
I can tell you you're going to observe Thulsa getting real itchy and starting to look at things to like dismantle if we do wait that long. So we can, but she's going to start like, lifting up panels and,
So just sorry to clarify, some miscommunication on our parts. I was originally trying to set an ambush with the idea that we'd wait an hour, not that an hour was a short time frame to wait. Mike, you do not want to wait that long, it sounds like.
Well, I also think that we vastly overestimate our chances against like a unit of Marines, like ambush or not.
But I think what we have to clarify is whether we want to wait a long time or not, because if we're waiting a long time, we have to actually hide well.
Yeah, what's the area outside the airlock look like, John? Is there a place for us to hide?
You can hide if you
outside
want.
The airlock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So in that case, we could batten down and hide for an hour. I'm totally down to do that. I just wanted to make sure we were all aligned on that.
That's fine. I'll go along with group consensus. Okay. If you guys want to try and set an ambush, then we'll do that.
We'll hide, and I guess the ambush is just in case they come sooner.
Okay.
But if we wait that long, one other thing, John, I just had a quick question, just in staying honest territory. Do I need to take a stress for failing on my bomb check for
yes.
Thank
you for being honest. You do. Yes. That was just a straight up. That was a straight up skill roll. So yeah.
Up to 7. Okay.
Okay. So
one last thing. Sorry. I'm specifically going to position myself an orientation logic below the airlock where I hide, so that if there were a ship to come to it, I'd be under the belly of it, not above it. Does that make sense?
Sure. Okay, so the actually within the first 10 minutes, Thulsa, of sort of like, okay, this is the plan, you get itchy. And you're like, you're just looking out at the vast emptiness of space. You don't like it. Everything's too perfect and pristine.
Is there anything on? Yeah, is there anything on the outer surface of this thing? An antenna, blinking safety lights. You know, like she's going to start looking around. Just
So here's your choices. You can either just take the bend rays and suppress it, right? You just, your bends will go up by one. Nothing else happens. Or you can attempt to break something. And I will say that there is like an antenna that you could snap or something like that, but it will take you out to the furthest length of the linked paracord you're at, and you will not be able to effectively act against anything that may or may not happen near the airlock.
Oh well, yeah, I can't do anything anyway, and yeah, I want to fuck up the antenna. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right. After
no choice.
You're like, this has got to do it. I'm out in space. Like if I just it's going to wake me up, and I'm just going to be in a cozy, warm bed, plenty of oxygen and warmth and love all around me. Snap. Shit. And as the defeat once more rolls through you again, you finally give up the notion that you're living in a simulacrum, and you're just sort of accept your fate. You almost end up more depressed and more resigned to your fate, because there was that hope that maybe you were in a matrix that you could escape out of, but now you're just sort of resolved to the fact, like, nope, this is the shitty world I'm living in right now.
Well, John, I've got you there because she's Russian.
So it totally stands to reason. Yeah, tracks
so
totally.
Back to normal.
Yeah, but that little bout of Ben's ends with that last snap. Okay, so you guys are all sort of watching, with your spacesuits, just sort of watching Thulsa sort of move over to the edge. Just reach out with her gloves towards it. Reach out to her every time and just go. Yeah.
Who's she attached to?
I don't know.
All of you.
I asked for no compare. Well, we're not all linked like a starfish. It must be a line.
Yeah, I'm not linked.
Okay, Sharp, you're with me.
Okay. That was in the first 10 minutes. After close to about an hour that goes by, actually, just hold on one second. There's no real reason to worry about what I'm doing here at all.
We are super screwed. It's okay.
No big deal.
I'm sure it's fine.
Nothing bad ever happened.
Just to reiterate, for everyone's sake, I am not part of this caterpillar paracord. I am below the orientation of the airlock door.
I know.
So, and y'all are above it. So
yeah,
not tied, and also hopefully far enough away for the sphere. But if not, I don't know. I can't get too far away, guys.
Yeah, I just rolled the worst possible roll that you can roll in Mothership, which is a 90.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Great.
Did you critically fail something
near the end of the hour? No sound, right in space. So, but you're carefully scanning, like watching all approaches to this general area, and yes, lo and behold, coming around a corner, a shadowed corner of the deep, moving relatively fast, is a very sleek, very mean-looking gunship, like a shuttle gunship. It's small, looks like it probably could crew maybe 10 to 15 people max, but it's sleek and built for battle. There's you can see it's got some, I don't know, fucking laser cannons or whatever the fuck on it. And it sort of wings around the side and is making an approach. You can see it decelerates fast. There's like jets of gas that sort of what do you call it? Stop its motion. Yeah, thrusters that sort of stop its motion and slow it down. And you can see it sort of rockets, and like a bunch of thrusters are like as it sort of aligns itself with the airlock and starts to make a slow approach. And as it does, the nose of it actually moves towards, it goes like 90 degrees. And you can see that it exposes on the side of the ship. There's like an airlock on the side of the ship that it looks like it's about to move and connect to the airlock that you guys are all sort of surrounding.
John,
Okay.
when it has connected or it is about to connect to the airlock, how flush is it to that airlock? In other words, is there a large gap between the door and the ship, or is it?
No, it's very flush, like right up against the hull of the ship. Yeah.
The minute I get the sense there's no obvious visibility from below, I am jumping towards the belly of the ship and engaging my mag boots on its belly.
Okay. You can do that.
That's all I'm doing for now.
I won't make you roll because you're like right there. Like you know.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys
lay as flat to it as possible so my silhouette isn't like sticking out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The moment that
I'm curled in.
The moment that it sort of turns sideways to start to dock, the other three of you guys lose sight of David. Okay, and don't forget that David is not attached to the paracord, but the bulk of the ship now blocks. You cannot see anything that David is doing. But David, it just kind of moves like right over you. It's a little bit. You get a little bit of burst of megalophobia because it's like the ship just goes like right over top of you, and then connects. But you just hop right onto it. Kunk, kunk. You're fairly sure that the hull is thick enough and likely armored because it's a military vehicle that they probably would not hear it from the inside.
That's very good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, one other question, and then I want you to get to everyone else. While it was flying in, it was so stealthy, I doubt I would have gotten a good view. But aside from the airlock exit they're using now, did I see any indication of a maintenance hatch or alternative exit point on this small shuttle?
Yes, it looks like it looks like the front of the shuttle, so the nose of the shuttle can actually drop open like a mouth to be like a main entrance ramp in atmosphere, but obviously would not be utilized here in space.
Sure. And there's no like loading belly or anything like that they would do with industrial transfers.
No, because it's like just a personnel shuttle.
Cool.
An armored and armed personnel shuttle, but yeah.
Cool.
You are looking, should say, since you're on the underside, you are right near the barrel of one of those laser cannons.
Okay.
But it's like the operations are obviously inside the ship, so yeah.
Sure. I'm going to take a minute to think while y'all do your thing.
Okay, so you guys are more along like just sort of aligned on either side of it, and because of how flush the airlock is with the Deep's airlock, you're unlikely to see any actual human beings transfer if that's what's occurring, which you think is probably what's occurring.
Okay.
Yes.
When you say the shuttle is flush, from my vantage point, does it look like it's flush because anyone exiting the shuttle is not wearing a vac suit and they are therefore going straight into an airtight coupling?
Yeah.
Or does it look like they're just pulling up close to it so that they're not exposed while leaving the ship?
It looks like
point that you and I are both Marines, and we would probably know SOP for boarding a hostile space thing. Is that what this looks like, John? Are they?
I'm just calling it that it's a flush thing. So there is no extender that's going to happen. That's sort of what David was asking earlier, right?
Ship to ship.
Right?
Yeah.
It's ship to ship. Yeah.
He's asking if they're in back suits or if they're just like in like battle armor. What would SOP be for Marines, John?
Oh, you like your best guess? What would happen?
Yeah.
They would probably have standard battle dress on, with the assumption that their airlocking mechanisms are working fine.
So the ship couples to the hull of the Deep.
Yes,
correct.
Essentially,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay.
All right.
That's
so
what
John, what I would like to do is I'm going to untie myself from Thulsa.
Hey.
I'm going to deactivate my mag boots, but hold myself prone on like the different hand grips around the thing. And I'm going to try and make my way to a very deep cover away from the ship kind of thing, because I am not fighting like 10 Marines in 0G.
Okay. Do you want to attach?
I'm going to hide. Basically.
You can find some handholds, like not meant for handholds, but something that you could wrap your arms around. But you don't have do you want to wrap? You're free now. You understand that, right? Like you no longer are part of the paracord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like the only thing that's holding you on right now, are you activating your mag boots?
Well, what I was trying to do is try and pull myself as prone to the side of the space station as possible.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not walking. Like
so you
target.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to use your mag boots.
Exactly. But I'll be ready to activate them again if I lose my handholds.
Okay. So what I'm going to say though, Sharp, is that you have like an arm hooked through the handhold.
Sure.
right? So that you can then grip your shotgun.
Oh,
So
I will actually just let my shotgun hang by a sling right now.
Oh, so you don't have a gun.
He doesn't want to fight. He wants to hide.
I don't want to fight, dude. I don't want to fight 10 to 15 Marines.
Oh, okay. I thought you were preparing to unload. Okay, gotcha.
No,
so you're just holding on
hide.
and hiding. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is my plan as well, John. I want to get if these guys are on opposite sides, I want to get some space between them, right, so that we're not all bunched up. And she's just going to she's keeping her mag boots on, but she's just going to lie back flat and keep her feet on the thing, but her knees are going to be bent. Just lie back flat like this.
Understood. I can see it. Yeah, sure. You can do that.
Right.
No problem. And remember, you are the furthest away, right? I'm gonna say you are the lone character that is in long distance. Okay, long range.
All right. And yeah, she's going to, if there's any cover there to hide, she'll try to do this too. She just
And Hubble.
So my original plan is I did not anticipate the coupling. So I have two ideas. Basically, I'm going to sit here for a second with my gun trained on the ship while I think. But what I'm wondering, I need to look up this thing here, which is the hand welder. That's not listed as it's a weapon, isn't it? It's under weaponing. Hand welder can cut through airlock doors. But it's what I want to know is, can I walk up and start welding the ship directly to the deep?
Ted, don't you dare take my taxi away from me, motherfucker. I'm kidding.
I assume at the point where the airlockers are connecting, right? You want to connect the airlock.
Yeah, because I guess it's not like its landing gear is sitting on the hull. It's like that. You
certainly could try. It would be, a relatively long job, right? It's a big space that you have to cover, and
flashy.
Yeah, that would definitely probably be something that would, if there are people aboard, they would probably become aware of it.
Does the shuttle have gun points which are like turrets, or are they fixed position guns?
They are fixed position.
So as long as they're inside the airlock and inside the ship, they can't do anything to me. I guess. Well, no, maybe they could open a thruster on me, I suppose.
Right. Or they have more Marines inside that can pop out a different door and come shoot you.
There's no different door. Yeah. But go ahead.
Y'all can't communicate this. I'll try to telegraph it as best I can for my own actions. But
we're on comms. We've got our own channel. We can communicate.
Okay. I'm looking for a secondary fixture point to clip in, because the safest fucking ride I'm going to get is on the belly of this ship wherever they go next, not telling them where I am outside of the airlock.
There's places that you can clip on the belly.
Yeah. They will. If they come in and we're gone, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
I go back to the loading bay or anywhere else.
Yeah.
Not if they go back to their ship, their big ship. Then you're dead.
Well, if they go back to their big ship, we got a new adventure. So I think John might make a decision that's different than that. But most probably they will go back to continue hunting for other people, which would be one of the main egresses, either the loading bay or entry into the reception area. At which point we have gotten a quicker, less oxygen spent trip, which is the point, because we were worried about running out of oxygen. No spacewalk. But you got to be real discreet.
You want to?
I don't want to bet anymore. But you say I will say some version of that, like just clip and be safe, and nothing else. And I'm
doing a Millennium
clip once, clip twice.
Yeah, you're doing a Millennium Falcon on the back of the Star Destroyer.
Yes,
this is your plan.
Yeah, Delphine's Hubble is not subtle.
That's okay. Ted, I support you.
Hubble, are you going to use your welding gun and attempt this or no?
You know what? Ride the lightning. I want to just pull the tail of the tiger. So yes, I'm going to go up.
I'll
start underneath where the light flash is less likely to be spotted immediately. Okay. I'm going to start welding the edge of this join together.
I assume you're waiting a certain amount of time that you're hoping will be enough for any troubleshooters to leave the ship and enter the A.C.L.E.R.
Well, I think what I'll do is I'll go up, and this is avoiding whatever windows might be pointing right at where I want to walk. I'll just clank up and I'll put my helmet up against the hull of the deep there, and I should be able to hear any airlocks opening and closing. And so once they're actively doing that, then I can start welding.
Okay, cool. So when you maneuver down below, you actually see David like a spider, like underneath there, just like attached to the bottom of it. And then David, you see Hubble, like again, they've got the visors on and everything, right? So it's just you just, I don't know how you would know who was who, but David, you see this spacesuit wearing form just gleefully pull out the hand welder. He's like, yeah.
Yep.
So and then Sharp and Thulsa, you guys are on one side where you're hidden at differing distances. So okay, at this point,
sorry, John.
No, it's okay.
I know we're making life difficult.
Now, the moment that Hubble, I'm going to say, swings around, sees David, and pulls out his hand welder and uses comms to sort of indicate, like, this is what I'm about to do. All right.
Okay.
There is a slight shake on the shuttle, like the whole shuttle just sort of moves a little bit. Nah. Sharp and Thulsa, where you guys are on the deep, there's also just a little bit of like the quickest little thing. All right.
Tremor.
Like a little tremor. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And you, yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Hubble, do you start to get to work?
Well, I listen for activity inside the connection. Remember, I'm like put my helmet up to it so I can feel vibration of like airlock opening or
right. Okay.
Sounds of guys going, are they in there? I don't know, man. They're fucking assholes.
So
sound should transmit pretty well through that contact.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to hear voices, but
okay.
But what you did hear, I retcon it then. If you're listening,
I might be able to hear is the air cycling, the pressure.
Yeah, so I'm going to retcon it. So Hubble, when you put your ear up to it, you got the hand welder out. You can hear the sound of like the airlock door opening, pressurization beginning. Actually, pressurization first, and then you hear the door open, and then that's when you feel the tremors.
Okay,
immediately
that's
after.
when I'll start welding.
Okay, at that point too. Well, I guess when you're welding now, you're not going to be able, because now you're busy. Like you have to focus on your work. Okay. So you begin welding. It's a slow job. After a couple of minutes of welding, there is a.
And John, let me just say, I don't need to do a perfect bead all the way around.
Yeah.
I need to
spot welds. Yeah.
Spot welds every couple of inches, and if I've got time, I can go back in and fill in. But like, if I did a perfect weld that was 12 inches long, they'd be able to rip out. But if I did 100 little spot welds all the way around, that'd be much harder to rip out.
Right.
Is what my assumption is.
Let's not go too deep into this. I'm just asking a tech question that I don't know the answer to. If someone wanted to contact you on comms on a different channel, do you have to have that channel open, or is there a way to sort of like say like a beep that says like
if
incoming?
It's like a CB radio, which it probably more or less is.
Yeah.
My guess is that they would have to cycle through the channels to find the one that is also receiving and transmitting.
Gotcha.
John, this is the far future. There's no reason to think that it would work the same way it works here. So you can have it work any way you want.
Well, it's cassette tech future though, so I don't want it to be like, just everything automatically works all the time. But I'll go with that. So something crackles onto your comms after a couple minutes, and a voice comes on. It seems to be the same voice that you heard before, and it says, "That was a nice trick, very nice." Got one of our boys here who's got laid a little bit low. Is hurting now. We're gonna have to remember that one. Sent a couple more inside. Said that they don't see you anywhere. Where are you guys hiding? Where are you at? I know you can hear us.
I'm not transmitting anything. I just keep welding.
Basically,
John,
gave yourselves up as androids, acting against the Marines here. You understand that, right? Signed your own death warrant.
Okay. Silence. Keep welding.
I mean, we don't say this, but our death warrant was signed anyway.
Hey, John, quick question. I don't know how granular your spec on this ship is, but I've clipped in and fixed, ready to go. But he started welding below and is moving around at some speed. Ted, John, could you clarify for me if currently his position is still below, or has he gone to the side or the top of the ship? Because once they're talking, sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to say that he started on the side, then moved around the bottom, and now he's starting to go up around the other side. So he's going to leave your sight relatively soon.
Okay, so I want to be cognizant of their awareness of someone on the exterior of the ship and not be on whatever side he's on when he's welding.
Yeah, okay.
So if they tag him with a few rounds, I don't want them to think there's another person down there.
Okay.
If it seems imminent that he's going to be back on my side and they're going to spot him, I would attempt to move backwards up the ship, unless the back of the ship is just a bunch of engines that are going to blow my ass out. So I don't know if that's relevant or not, but I would just basically try to break line of sight if I could, and then go back to squatting and hiding.
You're already like where you are right now. You're completely out of sight of anybody.
And if they were to like investigate below because he was down there, is what I'm getting at.
I got it. Yeah.
If this is the ship, and this is the deep, it's like side of it, right? So you're under here, but I'm doing this.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. David, you're fine. You're
I'm just being cautious.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You don't go to the back of the ship, because yes, indeed, those will be engines that will immediately destroy you.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to say like that the job takes about 30 minutes total. Okay. Sharp and Thulsa, you don't have to. Is there anything that you want to do in that 30 minutes?
There is something that she's going to do on another channel. She is going to, in a panicked voice, saying, "I don't think this space jump is working very well. I'm spinning around and I don't know which way is the bell. I thought this was working. I did it the way we did it before. Help."
But on a different channel, not the comms channel that you're all on.
Yeah. Just like on a different channel. She's trying to give the impression that they did the space jump that they were going to do to try to get back to the bell, and it's gone wrong. Like that was the last message that she sent to Caius, right? That they were going to try to do a space jump to get back to the bell.
I'm doing it on the same comms channel that they're monitoring.
Right. That's what I'm asking. Because
she's just trying to give the impression that she's lost, floating wildly in space, panicking and scared. So she'll do that.
Okay, so it is on the channel that everyone's talking on. Okay, so when you do that,
I was just going to try to help him. Do you want me to throw a chem stick as hard as I can in one direction into space while you're having that speech, just to create like a focal point?
I don't even know if. Yeah, I mean, you can.
I'll just let it roll.
You do what you're going to do, right? Yeah.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Sharp, do you want to do anything in the meantime?
No.
Okay.
I'm hiding, John.
Okay.
I will continue to look for better hiding spots and move to them.
Okay. So the comms crackle on after Thulsa says that, and you hear like there you are, knew it. And then you hear on the same channel, you hear boys, and then it looks like he's like going to talk some more, but then he realizes that he's still on comms and winks off. Hubble, you are finishing up at this point. So now you've circled around the left side, and now you're coming back down the right side. Okay, so now you're on like the right side of the airlock. Okay,
all right.
At that point, you can feel vibrations that are different than the tremors that you heard earlier, which were more chaotic, as if of like heavy booted feet, like moving rapidly. There's a brief moment where where it halts in the pressurization chamber. Okay. And you guys interrupt me at any time, because all of this stuff sort of takes like a while.
If they are if they are equalizing pressure between the ship and the airlock, right?
Correct.
So that they're going back into the ship.
Yeah.
Once I hear that cycle finish, I will stop welding and start getting out of the range of thrusters or whatever horrible damage is going to ensue when they rip themselves out of the side of the deep.
Okay, so but you're not going to attach yourself to the shuttle. You're like David. You're going to kind of get closer to the Sharp and Thulsa, right?
Correct.
Okay, stay on the deep. All right, cool. All right, so you do that, and no more comms or anything like that. Everything seems quiet. Nothing's happening. Everything seems kosher. Hubble, what do you have any relevant skills for doing that welding job? This seems like a Teamster job to me, which you no longer are.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say would be, I don't know. Military training is a very vague skill set, and like but I would think that basic sabotage and field repair sort of things would be encompassed into that. Is it highly skilled use of a hand welder? Probably not. Is it impromptu use of a hand welder? Absolutely.
Yeah. How tight is your bead, Ted? How tight is your bead?
Sloppy looking bead. It's a sloppy looking bead.
So you're saying that you
look over 40, you know.
You don't have any skill, right? You don't have any skill.
I do not have any Teamster based skills. I have military training, athletics, and firearms. If you want to fudge it and say military training would include the thing that I'm doing, I would love it, is what I'm saying.
That's too much of a stretch, I'll be honest. Okay, so I think this is going to be what's higher for you, Ted? Speed or intellect?
Speed.
Speed. Okay. I'll give you speed on this.
Okay.
Because I don't actually think you're using much of your intellect bringing to bear. Actually, you're just using the hand welder. How you think that you've been?
I can confidently tell you, John, no intellect was used here at all.
Yeah. Well, as you said too, you were also spot welding, right? You're doing it sort of under pressure. You know that there's only a certain amount of time that you can get it done.
Exactly.
So I think speed is good. I'm not gonna do disadvantage. I'm just gonna say it's straight up speed. You don't get to add any skills to it. And let's see how effective your spot welding job is.
All right, folks. My speed is a 40, and on this very fine set of entirely reliable percentile dice that have never failed me once, I've rolled. Oh God!
What is it? Is it critically fail? Yeah. Oh no! 66. What do you roll? 66?
Oh shit, brother! Mark of the devil! Mark of the devil!
The roll of the beast.
Holy crap!
I'm sure it's fine.
All right, so critically fail. All right, so this is what happens. The no more comms, so no one's talking to you. Okay, the ship attempts to unlock from the airlock. Okay, but some of your welding, it's not like you. I mean, you watched yourself weld. You know that some of that shit is welded, right? So it attempts to remove itself from the lock, and there's like a bit of like a, like there's the whole ship shudders. David, you have to really grip tight. But there.
Don't forget, I clipped myself in at a couple different points so that it's not just my strength.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to make you. Well, we'll see. But
flavor.
right now, you're fine.
If astronauts can hang on to the side of the ISS going however many speed.
Yeah, I know. I got it. Yeah. I'm not going to fuck you over, David. David, you can see from when you look over your shoulder, you can see white light as the thrusters like burn, right? And the ship rips off the airlock. Bolts and stuff like that fly off into the infinity of space, like all over the place. And there is a burst of gas of expelled gas coming from both the airlock chamber for the deep and the airlock chamber and the airlock from the ship. And a piece of as it separates from the deep, there's that rapid depressurization, and then a part of the hull actually rips off of the shuttle as it attempts to escape to loosen itself from the thing. Then at that point, I need you to make me Hubble. Make me roll a percentile. Just tell me what you get.
16.
16. Okay. And roll me.
I'd roll high for that one, Ted.
Roll me.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Roll me a D10.
Uh-oh.
5.
5? Okay.
5.
All right. As the ship is pulling away, the piece of the hull around the airlock basically rips off. There's rapid depressurization, and you see 5 forms wheel out into space. They are despite like it's sort of it's what do you call it, mitigated by the goofiness of them like cartwheeling through space, also sort of awful, but what they're wearing is actually kind of terrifying. They wear all black carapace like exosuits, and they have black helmets on with red visors that shine red in the dark, and they are wielding, the 5 of them are wielding like a variety of different high-end weaponry. Some of them have smart rifles, one has shotgun, pulse rifles. Those all go like into space, right?
Sweet.
And they just start wheeling around off into the distance. The shuttle veers now 50% chance. Does it veer off into the vastness of space, or does it veer directly into the deep? Roll 50%. So 50% or under into the deep. 51 and over out into space.
Just so Dave is attached to this.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
So
I knew
if
it was
roll
going to end
high,
in PvP tonight.
if I roll high, David flies off into space on board this disabled ship. If I roll low, it crashes back into the deep.
Probably
Okay.
kills you. Correct.
Well, it's possible. Someone will die. What happens if I roll a 55, John?
That goes off into space. By the way,
But critically so.
Oh no, it's not. It's not a set.
Nice.
It's not
No,
a save.
I know.
This is what we wanted, guys. By the way,
Delphon's,
It's
your
really good news.
Your stress goes up by 1. By the way, for the
I should
failed.
think so.
That was for the failed welding. So it goes
So
and it looks like it's gonna hit the deep, and then it suddenly like moves the other way, like and starts to spin slowly as it kind of goes out into as it starts to go out into space. No sign of any other troubleshooters at this point, but nothing comes onto comms. But it just starts to wheel slowly out into space. Obviously, David's going to have time to do something. Just let me think for a second, though. When all of this chaos suddenly ensues, I do need everyone to make me a. Actually, you know what? I think I'm not even going to call for it. I think everyone should just take a stress.
Oh yeah,
I think that's an obvious.
this is very, very fair.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be a little bit meaner to David because David, you have the most at stake, and it's like terrifying. I need you to make me, and I know you're the best at this, but this is just for possible additional stress, just because you're attached to the actual shuttle that's going away. Make me a fear save, but do it at disadvantage.
Turnabout.
88 goal.
Yep.
First roll 82.
Okay.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Second roll
Come on, David.
81. I can't make
my
this up.
God.
How did I get an 82 and no, I don't know. Statistically how that's
It's really good to be. That's basically
Maybe
a failure for
rolled it
anyone who's
fine.
not who's not an android. So it really pays
I
off for you.
promise I didn't fudge that dice. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'd love a glorious death. That was wild.
So you don't like what's going on, but your android nature allows you to maintain your cool whenever you are attached to the ship. Now I'm asking you, what do you do? What are you doing?
Yes. So I know from the slow rotation that someone is no longer at the helm of this ship. Otherwise, they would have corrected it. I also know, or
unable, right?
But what damage I visually saw was not the engines exploding, was not, the rudders pulling off. It was the airlock dismembering and some of the paneling with it coming in, therefore vacating the guys on it.
Correct.
So in my mind, I'm going entry into this ship and the vacuum of space exists and the people who are on that get blown out. Not the equipment of the ship is down. So what I'm going to do while it's slowly rotating as quickly and as safely as I can is to mag boot towards that airlock with the intent of entering the ship.
Okay. Yeah.
I will have my gun ready, but I'm more focused on not falling off than I am shooting.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So
hey, David. Okay.
Yeah. So you can do that. I'm going to say that the other three of you guys, as you sort of like are taking stock of what's going on, you're watching the ship, like, I mean, it's moving. It's not like rocketing out into space. It's slowly moving out as you see this little cockroach make his way up the side of the ship. And you can see there is a really ragged hole on the side of the ship where the airlock door used to be.
Yes.
Okay. And you see David is slowly making his way up. Doof, 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 up the side and trying to slip in. David, we're at the end of session, but it's a dramatic moment. So you slip inside. You have your vac suit on. All right. And what you see is what you could expect to see, right? A very Spartan personnel carrier sort of thing. Just like a row on either side where people can strap in and be easily deployed. There are racks where weapons could be held, but there's nothing there right now. And then up at the front of the ship, there is obviously like a little bit of a step up to like a bridge, like a small little cockpit.
One question about that. Does it appear, because this happens on most planes in case of explosive decompression, that there is a sealable door between the bridge and the carrier, the personnel carrier? Because that would be...
Yeah, that would probably make sense.
I would advocate that would be a possibility.
Yeah.
So before the session's end, I'm going to attempt to go and close off the bridge from the vacuum of space.
I think you're actually correct, and so I'll retcon it and say that is already sealed off. Like it would probably be an automatic thing when there's depressurization.
Fair.
So you can see where the bridge is, and there's definitely like flashing red lights. Right. It's open to space, so there's still be no sound where you are right now, and there are an additional. Let's see, 5 went out into space, so I'm going to say that there are an additional 3 bodies that are floating and banging around, and there's like blood globules, like sort of like floating around and that kind of stuff, right?
But I don't see anyone in the bridge, correct?
Well, the bridge is shut off, so you don't know.
There's no like window or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's encased. I don't want to push it too much further, so I think this is actually a great place to stop it. So just so we know where we're stopping. Thulsa, Hubble, Sharp, and Thulsa are relatively together. We'll say they're within close range of each other, tied with paracord, and they are right next to the airlock door that has some slight damage around the edge up to the deep. Meanwhile, I'll say like 200 yards, let's call it 200 yards away, and slowly losing distance, gaining distance from the deep. Is David, who has just crawled into the interior, the vacated interior of the troubleshooter shuttle. Okay?
I love it. That worked great, more or less.
You guys have fried my brain.
Ed, good job. Good fucking job.
I was actually sort of hoping that was exactly what would happen, is that they would damage their ship trying to remove it.
Incredible.
I didn't expect them all to pop out the side, though. That's pretty awesome.
You guys ready to fly back to Ardenville?
I think we should. Yeah.
My ruling was going to be, basically in my head is if you had succeeded at the roll or critically succeeded or something like that, like the seal would be really, really tight. And they would they would try to thrust her out, and they just wouldn't be able to. It would be like a really tough weld, so they would just, and then I'd play it from there. But the critical fail on your part was just like, it was a really shitty job, but it ended up like affecting.
Not shitty enough to just fail. It failed and fucked everything up.
Exactly. So it ended up working in your favor, at least so far.
You failed your way into success. That's amazing.
Success if you count killing troubleshooters, a success. We'll have to see what the fallout of that is.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thulsa, real quick, Thulsa's just going to tap on the comms and say, Caius, when we're all done with this, I'd like to maybe, see if we could get together and go out for dinner. Caius?
Does David hear this? Wait, does David hear this?
Yeah, traitor. Yeah, Thulsa, you're starting to have like, did you do something with David? You can't quite remember, but I think
there's supposedly an artifact in here. We should probably go check it out. It's probably worth a lot of money.
You should totally make it a running joke that you just keep on trying to contact Caius. Just Caius, buddy.
100%.
You there, Caius?
100%. And David is
Caius,
going to
it's
issue
me,
some
Thulsa.
therapy. Yeah, if we all survive this, David will be doing some therapy sessions with Thulsa for sure. I can't wait. But
yeah, for sure. All right,
therapy sessions.
Yeah, therapy.
Oh
yeah.
no, that wasn't a euphemism. But
Oh, sure it was.
Sure.
Because he won't remember. Every time will be like the first time.
no.
It's terrible every time.
Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore movie.
All right, that was a great session, guys.
Moving on from that one.
A lot of fun, very tense.
All right, thanks, guys.
That has to be like the most dice rolling we've done in a session so far.
Oh my God, I have stress.
Yeah.
I have stress. Yeah,
Big time. All right, super fun.
Now.
Okay, that'll do it for an exciting episode 13 of our Mothership Gradient Descent run. Thank you all for watching and are listening to 3D6 Down the Line, the most critically underwatched actual play series on the internet. Don't forget your solemn duty, which is to like and subscribe on YouTube, hit the bell icon, get notifications every time you publish new material. It really does help the channel, so please don't forget to do that if you've been enjoying it. If you have a few extra bucks, hook us up with a Patreon subscription. If you do so at any paid tier, $3, $5, or $10 a month, you will get access to our Return to Dolmawood campaign, which is exclusive to paid tier subscribers to the Patreon. So you don't want to miss that. And you get a lot of other extra benefits, like access to secret channels on our Discord, which is otherwise free to join, with all sorts of awesome community members talking about all sorts of awesome things 24 hours and every awesome day. And thank you, as always, to all of our supporters, our explorers, our delvers, and especially our conquerors. Before we let Ted go into that list, of course, two extra special thanks to two individuals. One would be our very own David for doing the artwork, overlay, graphics, animation, all the good stuff that you're watching on screen right now. Thank you, David, and to friend of the channel, Hank, otherwise known as Hellrude, for composing the original music that opened up the episode. Thank you so much, Hank. We really do appreciate it. All right, Ted, take it away with the Conquerors.
Okay, we've got two new Conquerors this week. Gedimnas Daugala, and if I butchered that, which I'm sure I did, I apologize. And 3C273, who join Evan Leroy, Narrative Erection, Adam McKinney, Biohead, Pendulous Grease, Stephen Green, Drew Chandler, Soul Slur, Ryan Gunter, Chris Harvey, Bren Kneecleaver, Sorcerius, Chrismalon DM, Crayon Box, Oxyon, Erica, Scott, Q Dog, Love Letters from the Locker, Marshall Ronigan, Dogleaf, Mike Butts, Old Dirty Biggish Stickish, John.
Oh no!
Enunciate. Enunciate.
Oh God! This is just becoming a trolling process from all of our fans.
It kind of is. John Buchek, Scott Fournier, Sophia Pang, Mark Dyson, Carl Stephenson, Necrotic Gnome, Derek B., the very wisely named Ted is My Goat, Eric Manley, Todd Jeffcoat, Tyler Hackenberg, Christo Lute, Jeff, Gray Moon, Julian, Jofo, Brutes Monkeys, Joshua Owens, The Mighty Martian, Noah, Christopher Bishop, Banana Hammock, AJ, Mandatory Goat, Michael Zauer, Adam Lovelace, Desiree Marcel, Grizz Loves Games, Andy S., Dustin Reedy, Benjamin, King of Zoops, Rock of Sages, MP, Todd, Hex Brawler Jake, Steve, Jeff Marino, Twegman, Alan Barton, Robert Kirkland, Eric Tsunami MD, Samuel Dillon, Yesterday's Glory, Mike Small, Richard Barton, Christian Carter, Parasra? Do we know how to say that word?
Not sure.
Anybody? No. Okay. Parasra, Dungeon Maestro, Isaac 2D10 plus 25 DTL Spencer, James Boyle, Ted the Teddington Teddy Bear, Doc Jones 73, Chris Loracella, Jackson Bates, John Hooker, Mordrew, Zachary Hall, Saps. Now it's time for the Davids. Papa Bear DM, Zach Shiflett, still repping for John 605, Ruben K, Dar Jr., Procyon, Dakota Nielsen, Cam, Stephen Quisenberry, John and La Logan, Kabrowskis, Bruiser, Magic Meat Machine, Phil, Nakanu the Amused, Nick, Jeff Szymanski, Mando NZ, Bushwarab, Jimbo W.A., Ted Gast, Eric Lawson, Grunt, Andrew Schroker, Adam and Nora, Jason Jones, M.M., Michael Schilling, Stefano Di Maiolo, Ash Gabrielle, Chongas, those badass X-Drawler twins, Arno, Iona, Michael Walker, Mother of Romulus, Han Dandler, Sean Ellis, Summon Toast, Too Rude to Ishvan, R. Cabral, Dungeon Heart Adam, Scott Yearsley, Mechjack, Kickmaniac, Tom Eric Garrettson, Matthew Mattis, Mads the Danish Matt, Matt Walsh, Matt Mason, Matt Koenig, and Matt Young. Whew.
Yes.
Oof.
What a team.
Yeah.
What a team.
That list is getting long, folks, and we really do appreciate it. You're all going to give us sore throats after every one of these episodes. But that's awesome. Thank you, as always, to all of our supporters for the continued support. We really do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great week, and we will see you next time. Take care.
See you later.
Thanks,
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.